Okay, let's I didn't think of a good line to start with.
Murder. Investigating a murder.
Anyway, I'm gonna try and put my mouse over there because I'm recording this screen right now.
Oh.
I can't think of anything clever.
Alright.
Anyway, we're investigating the murder of Chief Boobs, and well, we know what happened.
Attorney and company, my boss, and a very good defense attorney.
Okay, so
well,
who
yes, we saw the murderer earlier. We do not know why.
Okay, so who molested our boss with that lamp, apparently? Or that statue. Or that potted plant.
Let's investigate. Let's investigate, shall we? What do you want to investigate first, Jeff?
Oh yeah, I'm driving the boat here. Cause okay, look at the lamp. Can we look at the lamp?
Yes.
Okay. So, probably wasn't used to hit Chief Boobs. Which I'm gonna be calling her throughout the entire thing because that's literally her character design. So if you want to blame anybody on that, blame Capcom.
Okay. I do want to point out, blame him, not me. But yeah, I want to point out, look at her leg. It's over the glass pieces.
What would that mean?
So that means it went down before she did, assuming the body wasn't moved.
Oh, and you already looked at the statue, which was gonna be the next.
Looking at.
Which is what it was gonna be. This next thing I was gonna do anyway, so I can't fault him for that. There's only like 5 things to look at in here anyway. Anyway, if you missed last. Anyway, if you're confused if you're
give this side of the office to Jeff.
Okay, fine. I guess we're not in the slow period, so. I
mean, go ahead, say your bit.
Can we look at her computer? Was she doing anything when she died?
Let's take a look at the computer. Surprisingly, the chief was never good with machines. But all she used this PC for was email.
I guess that makes sense.
Up this ancient model at a garage sale
What?
for practically nothing.
Well, I guess if that's all you're gonna do with it. What's that? Right. Okay, what's that thing on her phone?
There's a notebook on the phone here.
What's that thing next to the computer? What's that thing? Is that her chair?
It's a book.
What's the thing between the book and the computer?
Something I can't interact with, but I think it's just more books and paper.
Okay,
like stacked up. Just like here's the spine of a book, like it's set open. I can investigate. So the things we investigate look like that. Things we haven't investigated look like this.
Okay, let's investigate.
Yellow, and then if we can investigate, it's blue.
Okay, let's look at the book on the desk and the floor.
Okay, perfectly normal office desk. Chief had very particular policy about office decor. Spend big on stuff the clients use, but keep your own stuff simple.
Because we're on a budget, god damn it.
And then we can't investigate the book on the floor, but I assume it's tied to this book. Like if they're important, it will.
Okay, so she was just doing the books.
Company ledger book. Everything is written in the chief's ultra neat handwriting. It's a small office, but it makes a good bit of money.
Well, that makes sense. She's not good with computers, so everything she does she does everything physically for some reason. Okay.
Though. All the chief's important documents are packed in here. This is where she filed her case report records and recent rulings.
Apparently she wasn't proud enough to. Apparently she wasn't proud enough to actually frame anything. Okay, voicemail.
Police, huh? That's funny. A few of the screws on the receiver are missing. It looks like someone was halfway through taking it apart.
What? What's going on now?
Someone's screaming from outside the window.
Who the hell is she, and how could she even see in here? What?
She's staring right at me. She's holding a phone in her hand.
Oh, Phoenix is saying that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so there was no voicemail. Yeah, I guess we better start, quote-unquote, investigating the corpse.
Well, first let's do this chair.
The chair's not important.
Pretty good to sit in, too.
That was completely pointless.
Let's do the corpse, Chief. Started seeing her like this, but, are there any clues here?
Cop a feel with the back of the hand so that it's not creepy. Should there be blood on the murder weapon, too?
There was. When we investigated it, it mentioned blood. They just didn't draw it. Probably to help keep the game's rating down.
That's kind of BS, but whatever.
Keep the blood to visual blood to a minimum.
So anyway, what I was gonna say when we started this, because this is gonna be we were gonna stream tonight as usual, but my internet's pretty garbage right now, so we just decided to record so that it would look halfway presentable. But if you're confused, because, you know, this is a part 1, we did do the tutorial with Larry Butts immediately after Resident Evil 2 because we finished that kind of quick. Personally, I wouldn't recommend going back to look at it because the stream was garbage last week and we decided to just go with it, but, you know, it's the tutorial, it didn't really matter all that much.
So it introduced some characters, so to catch us up on what happened, our friend Larry Butts got framed for murder. He built a clock that was designed to look like the Thinker, which happened to be the murder weapon in the last case. The victim of the murder was his girlfriend. It taught us how to play the game, and then our boss like handheld us through the whole first trial. That's the woman on the ground right now, Miss Mia Fey. She then gets killed, and we do get to see the murderer, but, you know, for the fun of it, let's not say the murderer, so if you didn't watch the screen, maybe you can try to figure it out.
Well, I don't know who that guy is anyway,
but,
it just seemed like a random character. Just some guy.
I mean, he'll come up later, and you'll see him, Jeff, and you'll go, oh, it's him, right? To us, right now, yeah, he's some guy, but when he shows up, you'll immediately be like, oh, that's the murderer.
Well, that and the only witness to the case
anyway,
was the guy who
murdered.
did it, and he's the worst liar that we've ever seen, but to be fair, the game did do a couple...
The last case, yeah.
The game was doing a couple interesting things with its logic, which I kind of didn't expect, and it's going to require me to actually think about what's going on.
Yes, this is a logic puzzle game.
There were a lot of screws to that case that I really didn't see coming.
But yeah, so that was the most simple case. Cases
Oh,
will get
great.
more complex from here on out.
Okay, what's this random paper that we've never seen before? It just materialized out of nowhere.
It mentioned that when we were examining the body, it was in her hand.
I'm sure it was. Why was it written in blood?
A word is written in blood on its
Did Maya do the crime?
Write this?
I don't think Maya...
This paper is a receipt from a department store dated yesterday.
Did we meet Maya already? I swear we did. Wasn't she the one who was freaking out?
I believe when we arrived on the scene, Maya was screaming bloody murder over her sister's body. And then we immediately started to investigate. Yes, right here's Maya. This is what Maya looks like. There she is.
At least she looks normal, except she's wearing, like, prayer beads.
Yes. And we'll find out why she's wearing prayer beads.
Is she just superstitious?
Later. But as you can see, as we investigate, we find stuff. Now we'll find out. It's been a look, but I have to for your sake. Okay, we already did that. Okay.
I have to look, but not touch, because I am a nice guy.
Anyway, now that we did everything, now the game.
Okay, so these...
wants me to do the phone. Oh, I better not use it.
It's missing some screws. It's not going to fall apart.
I think we moved to the office. Yep.
Well, I guess we've looked at everything. Oh yeah, someone called the police already. So should we just?
Where'd she go? Yep.
Should we just wait for the police to come here? Or are we gonna get? Are we gonna get arrested accidentally because we decided to stay on the scene? Is Phoenix gonna be arrested for incompetence?
We'll find out. We do know a woman called the police, yes. Then a neighbor called the police.
You have really weird eyes, Maya. You're like gray on gray. There's something not right about you, Maya. Your character design's a little bit off. And I don't know why. Maybe it's because you're leaning forward.
Yeah, she's currently leaning forward in like a sad bow kind of pose.
Oh yeah, is she wearing a kimono? Like, I can't tell.
Yes, she is wearing a kimono.
Okay, so she's religious.
So we can examine things in the room.
Maybe a cabinet, maybe there's something in there that'd be worthwhile. It doesn't seem like there's anything to...
No, so what
It doesn't seem like there's anything useful in here.
Is talk to Maya. Right.
Well,
I don't think there's anything we have to examine in this room.
That's the next thing we should do. We need to talk to the witness.
Alright, so which do you want to ask first? What happened, or you and the chief?
No, we should establish the relationship first. She probably didn't see anything.
So you're the chief's sister. I'm her younger sister.
Are you like 15 years apart? You look like you're like 20 at best.
Maya's like 18 or 20, I think, and I think the chief is like in her lower 30s, I think. And then we're like 24 or something like that. Phoenix
Yeah,
is.
we're a dingus. But we are going to be the best dingus in the entire world.
Record? Yeah, okay, so Maya Faye's age 27. It's in the court case.
Sure you are. I'll believe that never. But whatever.
That means you and Maya are the same age.
I wouldn't believe that for a hot second. I mean, she'd be at least 3 years older than me.
I definitely think she looks like she's in her 30s.
Which means Maya put a curse on her to make her look older.
She seems to be in shock. I don't want to disturb her, but I have to know. Oh, excuse me.
Do you know anything? Do you have any information? Your eyes going through your hair. How does that even work?
So she was already dead.
Do we have X-ray vision? We can see through your hair.
So, something we could do.
Show her the receipt. She might know something. Why are you written on this?
We can show her thing.
She was dying. Holy shit. You got big head. I mean, you're not the only person named Maya in Japan. Or fake Japan, or wherever the hell we are.
We're in Japan.
We're in Japan with the Cardassian legal system, which we are going to master the hell out of.
Yes, we will be the best at the legal shenanigans.
The fake legal shenanigans of this ridiculous system.
Alright, let's meet the police officer.
Why are you 6'5"?
I'm Detective Dick Gumshoe.
Sure you are.
I admire the name Detective Dick Gumshoe.
Sure you are,
Detective.
What?
Because Dick is a slang term for detective, and Gumshoe's another slang term for detective. Meaning his name is technically Detective.
Capcom's not good at writing. But whatever.
No, I mean,
I'm still surprised he's like.
Names in this game are
I'm still surprised he's 6'5". Look how huge he is.
He's a huge guy.
He's taking up like half the screen.
We received a report from the building across the way. See, got a person saying she saw a murder.
How did you even get a report about her from her? She's screaming constantly. Look at her. Her mouth is taking up 40% of her face.
I don't want either of you moving 1 inch, okay? Great.
Did you run up like 6 flights of stairs? Or did you run all the way here, Dick?
Excuse me. Eek.
What the hell?
This word.
Why is he super intense already?
I hear mean anything.
Is Dick also a novelist on the side?
Why?
He's talking in flowery language like he's like a pulp character, which he is.
Oh, I mean,
technically.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's because he is a pulp character, but he's literally. His younger sister
Fair enough.
was arrested on the spot.
Okay.
Was taken in for questioning. Didn't get out until the next morning.
How was Phoenix not the one who was arrested?
Because Maya's name was written in blood, and
it seems like
that means it's the killer.
It seems like Phoenix would be dumb enough to accidentally implicate himself in the murder.
Sat around waiting for visiting hours to begin at the detention center. Had to talk to Maya as soon as possible.
Is Maya gonna be our client, even though she can't pay us? Also, are we gonna be the king detective since we're the only employee? It's gonna be Phoenix Wright's detective agency.
We're not a detective or a lawyer, but yeah, in this game, lawyers might as well be detectives.
She's just in a detention center. It's not that bad. It's not like she's, you know, sentenced. No, Maya, you look exactly as sad as when we started. I'd imagine she's probably finding it hard to sleep with, like, the 8 people she has to be in a cell with.
Alright.
I guess it's up to you.
It's up to you.
What do you want to talk
Of course
about?
I will be your attorney. Sorry, not a chance. So it's up to you is what we're gonna say for be attorney. Better give it to her straight. It's up to you.
I don't know what the question is.
Oh, it was, are you gonna be my attorney? She asked us.
Well, we could always get another. It could be us or somebody else. We're not the only attorney there.
I mean, yeah, that's why we said it's up to her. After all, you're the one in trouble here. You're never going to believe me, are they?
Well, they have no evidence on the crime
You
yet.
looked at me like I had done it.
No, I didn't.
Did I?
Also, how do I know what I looked like? I'm a first-person character.
No, we very rarely get to see, like when we're in court, we get to see Phoenix's face all the time, because when he's thinking and stuff on the other side. But yeah, when we do investigating, we're in first person.
I don't know what Phoenix looked like when he found you. It was our first day. How do you even know who we are? That was our first case.
Well, no, our last case was the first case.
Yeah, so how could she possibly know about us like we're a name worth knowing?
Her sister talked about us to her.
Seriously?
Well, yeah, we're getting the conversation right now. It was quite the scene. Honestly, I was on it the whole time. It's been a while. So Mia's talking about our first case that happened some time ago. I forget how many days ago it was. But it's been a little bit of time since our first case.
It can't have been that long. It might have been like 3 days at the most. I'm not a genius. I'm a fucking idiot. You had to save my ass like 5 times.
True. One of those strike fear into the hearts of evil types.
He knows how to do the objection thing. That's one thing he's good at.
No, Jeff, the only thing we're lacking is experience.
We got the suit. It's all that matters.
She can see the potential in us.
And this is
to learn how to fucking do it.
This is precisely why this character's name is actually Chief Boobs. Because of this. Why do you dress like that? It's ridiculous.
Court tactics, I don't know.
Sure. We'll chalk it up to that. I mean, she's not a character anymore. She's dead.
So, until we become a good lawyer, apparently in Mia's mind at the time that her sister was talking to us, it's 3 years. It's gonna be 3 years before we're actually super amazing.
Well, at least better than a big baby. Why would she want us to be a lawyer if that's what she told her?
I mean,
like,
she wants us to be a lawyer. She just wants us to be a lawyer in training.
He doesn't know what he's doing right now, so don't trust him until a few years go by. Maya, which one you are?
Learn.
You're Maya.
This one's Maya. Mia's the sister.
I'll definitely remember this because it's written down.
Okay, so she's 17, so that's a 10-year difference.
At least that makes more sense, even though
And Dick
Maya
is
looks
30.
Even though Mia looks like she should be older than Dick. Even though I guess Dick should honestly be.
I think they look around the same age.
She should be in like her young 30s. Dick should be like 36.
Yeah, I could see that.
Also, he cut himself shaving, I guess.
Yeah, I assume that's what that is.
Okay, so how are we using this to answer questions?
I mean, not right now, I'm not. I just pulled it up to pull up her age, because I figured, you know, we were talking about her age earlier, and I should double check now that I know I have it in my court record.
Well, she's at that
any
age.
given time we can review the evidence and the people involved.
She's at that age where it's hard to tell how old she is.
It's true. Alright, let's investigate.
Dick Robertson.
No, there's nothing to examine in here.
Yes, there is.
Like,
look at the cop.
All we can look at is like the guard.
That cop is
on
obviously
duty.
suspicious.
Yeah, fine. We'll look at that.
He's suspicious. Goddammit. He knows things. He has to have the evidence.
This guy. The only other thing I think we can investigate is the camera. It's
A
just
security
like, it's
camera?
a camera that's watching people. Yeah, it's just like
it's a security camera? Question mark.
Wow, for the camera. See, it's literally just.
Well, at least he's got a personality.
Alright, anyway, let's talk. Let's talk to Maya.
Yeah, let's talk about the crime again. Oh, never mind, I guess.
Oh, I didn't know what I picked. I just picked the first one, sorry.
Well, I gotta get to the relevant information. We're not here to pedanticize with our client.
This is what all acolytes wear. It's my uniform, you could say.
Okay.
Acolytes.
I don't
So
think
you were
that's-
right when you said she's religious.
Don't they call them? They're called shrine maidens. They're not called acolytes.
Well, an acolyte would be someone in training. So in a religious organization, an acolyte is someone in training.
It's a very weird title.
But no, she's not a shrine maiden. She's a spirit medium in
That's-
training.
That sounds like bullshit, though. But then again, this is fake Japan. So
Yes,
maybe
this is
maybe
the
that makes
fake
more
Japan.
sense in fake Japan. To be a medium as a job.
Spirit medium. I'm pretty sure that qualifies as strange.
Okay, so Phoenix thinks it's strange, which means it's strange. Anyway, let's get to the
Alright.
day of the crime.
Alright, day of the crime. Could you tell me about the day of the murder? Yes. Let's see, that morning I got a call from my sister. She wanted me to hold on to a piece of evidence for an upcoming trial.
Because
Oh
apparently
yeah, we
people
got to see that call earlier.
Because apparently people break into her office and steal her evidence while she's not looking.
That clock shaped like the thinker, the one Larry made.
Did she have both clocks? I thought she had the one that he gave her for a present. The
Well,
one that
Larry
wasn't the
made
murder
both of
weapon.
them. Right, so Larry made one for himself and one for the girlfriend. The one that he gave the girlfriend was the murder weapon. At the end of the trial, he gave the one he made for himself to Maya.
Yeah, so that wasn't the murder weapon, so why is it evidence?
It's the murder weapon in this case, but
Yeah, but she didn't
It's
know
the
that
murder
before
weapon
she got
again.
called, so what the hell is she talking about? What evidence
so if you
was Mia
recall
trying
the-
to give her
so
away?
we actually already saw this phone conversation, Jeff, before we got to the part where Mia died. She hid evidence in there. There was some sort of evidence
yeah.
she needed protected, so she put it inside she told Maya that she was putting it inside the thinker statue.
And she didn't want Maya to worry about it, so she put it in a clock, even though she was giving the clock to her to hide anyway. Why do you record your phone conversations? Well, get to your phone. You better give it to us. Yeah, it's standard procedure. You give away all your possessions to the holding
So
people.
it's just letting us know that next time, for players who might not think that someone else has their phone right now, it's telling us where the phone is so that we can go get it.
Well, maybe Dick Robertson back there has our evidence. Let's talk to him again.
No, it's Detective Gumshoe has it.
No, Officer Robertson
Or
is that
anything else
guy.
you don't forget, okay?
He's
Sure.
goddamn that guy. He's got everything. Okay, so what can we... Okay, let's ask her about the crime again, I guess. Fair
I
enough.
just noticed it didn't have a check mark, so...
Well, asking about her job is completely irrelevant, so let's ask everything else
Alright.
instead. Okay, we're gonna have to write
Lights
that
are out,
down.
and I can smell blood.
Sure.
And my sister.
She looks suspiciously not bashed in for some reason. That was a really clean murder for being a death by blunt object. But whatever.
So, while I know you don't always want to ask every question, I'm gonna say in this game it's helpful to ask every option to exhaust all dialogue. In fact, sometimes you have to exhaust all dialogue in order for another thing to happen so that you can progress.
Well, maybe in fake Japan,
So we
mediums
will
actually
be
have
asking
special
everybody.
powers, so let's ask her about it.
Yeah, so I'm just saying we'll always have to ask every question.
Can you help us do our job? Do you have special powers?
The Fae family, especially the women, have always been very sensitive to the spirit world. Wait a second,
Okay.
you said the Fae family?
There's 27 of
Mia
us.
So Mia was into this stuff too?
Well, of course not. She was
course.
a lawyer.
She left the mountain to follow her career.
The
she
entire
said.
family lives
Her
on a
powers
mountain and
were
is not
first
allowed
class
to
too.
go anywhere else. No, no, no. If they go somewhere else, they're exiled from the family.
Yes, in
Wait,
training.
she actually has powers. This is gonna be so silly. Mia, do our job. Maya, do our job for us.
Well, can't you contact me as Seared then? We can just ask her who killed her. I mean, it's not
Probably
admissible in
not.
court, but it's...
Well, this is the Cardassian system. It's probably admissible. Because they actually don't care about the... They don't care about the admissible evidence. They can put in anything. We're probably gonna have to call the ghost as a witness.
Okay, but she couldn't do something on that level.
Well, just go back to the murder scene and, well, you're in jail, so that's not gonna work.
Something the matter? I was wondering, could I ask you a favor? This is the address of a famous lawyer. My sister gave me this a long time ago. She said if I ever was in trouble, I should call him. And well, I'm in trouble.
Cool, we're gonna get another new mentor. Yeah,
right,
let's
are we
accept
gonna
it.
accept the go?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we need a mentor. We're too stupid. We have no idea what we're doing.
Hey, what about your parents?
You don't have parents.
I see. Don't worry. Leave it to me.
Well, we don't know about her parents though. She didn't say anything.
What? Tomorrow. Okay, so they're about to explain. Well, so she looked somber and didn't say anything. So it was a cue of.
That could mean
I don't
anything.
wanna talk about it.
That could mean anything though.
It can mean a lot of things. Yeah.
God damn it! Tell
It
us
just
what's
means she
going
doesn't wanna
on.
Talk about it as far as it's concerned. The parents are in the picture.
Okay,
Anyway,
so we have to go to her
court-
hearing on 10 o'clock.
Court's tomorrow.
That's-
Already.
Damn it! We don't have enough time to prepare. We're gonna have to talk to Gumshoe already.
They told me that.
Well, pick
that if
one.
I don't find one, the state will.
You know 2 attorneys.
That happened.
You probably know more
They gave me until
attorneys.
4 this afternoon.
Just pick one.
Doesn't mean I was early.
You know plenty of attorneys. This isn't a hard question.
Alright.
Maya, you're an idiot. No, we have to go ask Gumshoe. Where's the Gumshoe option? Is he at
we don't know where
Is he at Faye and Company?
Yeah, it's necessary. Actually, it might be. Let's look.
Damn, our office looks nice.
It's filled with police officers, so yeah, probably.
No, it's not. That's a lie.
There he is. Well, they only show us one character at a time in this game.
Wait, we have no right to be here. This is probably a bad idea. Because
Sorry,
Maya didn't ask us to be your lawyer.
Hey, you're that Butts guy, aren't you?
How would you know who Butts is, and why would you think I'm him? How do you know this? Who is this guy?
This is the detective again.
How are you a detective?
Alright, and you were?
Detective Suede Shoes. Throw it in his face. What? Japan knows about Elvis? He has got a really flip-floppy emotional state. It's really weird. Your chief is here? Why are all the cops here? Doesn't he have, like, other things to do?
He thinks I'm Maya's lawyer.
Phoenix, this is probably illegal, but whatever. Well, let's talk to him. We need information. Let's start with Maya. He probably knows more about Maya than Mia. He's not the coroner.
No, but he gets the report from the coroner and then he gives it to us. And
okay,
every single case, we're gonna get the autopsy report from the police officer, not from the coroner.
Okay, how the fuck was the death instantaneous if she wrote down a message in her own blood? That doesn't make any sense. This report is wrong.
No, Jeff, you're thinking correctly, but you're thinking also incorrectly at the same time. If the death was instantaneous, how did she write it in her own blood? She didn't write it.
We're gonna have to go down to the police station to get the coroner fired, because he's wrong.
He's wrong. The game doesn't want me to think harder.
Okay, Maya.
It already told me it was written in blood, so it must have been her that wrote it.
Maya. He knows more about Maya because he booked her. Why are you constantly, like, out of breath? You've been up here for probably a half hour at least.
So he put Prosecutor Edgeworth.
I don't know who that is, Gumshoe.
Edgeworth. But Phoenix does, so it's gonna come up. I'm sure you know what that means, you being a lawyer and all.
Okay, well, let's ask about this guy. He might give us an edge.
Edgeworth. That's right, pal. Mr. Miles Edgeworth himself.
Okay.
Wait, you do know him, don't you?
No! My first day was, like, last week.
Never heard of him. Whoa, and you call yourself a lawyer, pal? About 4
I
years
just
ago, this
got
Edgeworth
through with
guy
my
became
first
a
case.
Prosecutor at age 20. Everyone says he's a genius. Surprised you don't know him.
Well,
of course I know him. I was just playing dumb.
fair enough, Nix.
He's a cold, heartless machine who'd do anything to get a guilty verdict.
Okay, so he's a
There are
shitty
rumors of
lawyer.
Black alley deals and forged evidence.
So
All
he's
I
a
know for
really
sure is
shitty
that
lawyer.
Edgeworth hates crime with almost an abnormal passion.
That's not crime, though. That's just revenge. That's not justice.
Right? No, yeah, we're the attorney for justice. Not. Oh, and Apollo Justice is probably an attorney for justice. As his name literally has justice in it. He's a lawyer in the later games.
Oh, what a nerd.
Right, and Miles Edgeworth. I never
How are we gonna-
imagined I'd be. Oh, and there's other lawyers too.
Well,
but,
how
like,
are we
the
gonna
big name lawyers.
How are we gonna
Sorry,
defeat
Bob.
someone who's so corrupt, though? He's gonna destroy us.
Well, it's so rumors say he's corrupt.
Okay, so he's so good at being a bad person.
Anyway, let's give him the memo so that we can.
No, let's give him the broken glass. Maybe he'll hurt himself. Okay, now touch it and die. Damn it, Gumshoe's a better detective than us.
Alright, what else do you want to
Okay, give him the report. I mean, the conversation. No, don't give him back his own coroner report. He'll think we're stupid. Wait, you have the evidence on you?
Sure, I mean, wait a second. And pal, tricky lawyer. Uh-oh, he's on to me.
Let's bullshit. Maybe we'll confuse him. He doesn't seem like he's so smart.
Alright, so tell him not to be straight. Okay, I can't be straight with this
Let's
guy.
talk around the
What
issue.
should I tell him? Something the matter? Oh no,
Your
that
shoe's
carrying
untied!
strap- That carrying strap on the cell phone. This
Which we know about?
The Steel Samurai Warrior. Well, I mean, we can see it. He has it in his hand.
Neo Old Tokyo. Seriously?
Remember this, by the way. Remember the Steel Samurai of Warrior of Neo Tokyo. It does come up again later. Not in this case, not in this trial, but it'll come up in later stuff. The Steel Samurai, the action here on TV. Yeah.
Well, it's called
see
Power
that strap.
Rangers, but yes. Sure it
She was
is.
worried it might get lost if it went down to the precinct.
That's not how the chain of evidence works, Gumshoe.
Yes.
You're gonna get yourself
Okay,
fucked.
pal.
You're gonna
I
get
wrote
written
down all
up
the
so
numbers she
bad.
called anyway. Here you go.
Wait, how did you write down every number she's ever
Because
called?
you didn't notice the recorded conversation. No, every call she made recently. So anything that
Okay.
would be like recent. Which, I mean, let's be real. I don't. She lives up in the mountains and a religious acolyte of
Oh, fair
spirit
enough.
mediums. So I highly doubt she calls that many people.
She doesn't know anybody in
That's
the
the court
whole
report
world.
to hear the recorded message.
But we can't hear the message. This game isn't voice acted. Which, again, seems kind of odd because they put a lot of money in it. They didn't do this on the cheap.
I think some of the later ones are voice acted, but this is like the very first one, and it was originally on a handheld.
Okay, fair
So
enough.
we're playing a game that was originally on a handheld.
Well, the DS can still hold some voice acting.
No, there is some during the court case, right? He yells objection and stuff like that. That's on the that's voice acted during the court cases, but the investigation stuff. Now, I do think there's more voice acting in the later games, which we'll get to later because I have the two most recent games.
Okay, so
which are
is there any information in this conversation that's relevant?
Maya, what's up? You haven't called me in a while. Or Mia, what's up? You haven't called me in a while. Well, actually, there's something I want you to hold on to for me. Again, what is it this time? It's a clock. It's made to look like that statue, the Thinker, and it tells you the time. I probably should tell you.
Yeah,
the
it's almost
clock
like
is-
it's a fucking
the
clock,
clock is
Mia.
talking right now. It's not working. That's lame. I had to take some of the clockwork art. Sorry. I put some papers inside of it instead. Papers. Is that the evidence then? I'll leave that one up to your imagination. See you tonight at 9.
Okay, so that corroborates her story. 9 o'clock. Let's give her the bloody no. Maybe he knows something. We'll tie it into the
One more
wrong
thing I wanted to
report.
mention to you. I don't suppose you're planning on talking to the witness.
I already
Anyway,
talked to a
better
witness.
not.
Why not?
No influencing the witness with your lawyerly ways, pal.
But we didn't do that.
Come to think of it. No, he's telling us.
We don't even know that person.
The witness. Yeah, Miss April May.
Bullshit, but whatever. That's the...
The names in this game are dumb. They're all have silly names.
Capcom, you're
Sorry,
so
that's-
bad at writing.
But I can't tell you anything
You're
about her. I
terrible.
feel like it's 10 dumb joke names. Well, you just
I
told me
don't
her
know.
name
This is
this
kind of
game,
their
huh?
This is kind of their Resident Evil level, except it's not taken seriously at all, so it works.
Well, yeah, that's the point. Yeah, it's supposed to be not taken seriously. It's supposed to be jokey. Your lawyer tricks on me now. You're not gonna go outside her room.
That's
She's not going to go outside her room until the trial.
That's not
So
how witnesses
she's still
work.
in her hotel. She's still in the hotel room across the way.
Gumshoe, that's
I guess
not how
I should-
witnesses work. You're not allowed to put them under house arrest just because they're a witness.
You can ask them and they can agree. I guess I should know better than to try to get a detective to leak information, because he literally just gave us all the information. You got that right, pal.
Well, he gave us
Trying
all
to save
the...
this-
He gave us all the information on the things that we wanted to know. He didn't tell us anything about what he knows yet.
There. But yeah, so we can go talk to Miss May if we want, or we can go to the lawyer office that Mia wanted us to go to.
You know, let's go to this lawyer. We need to get some idea what's going on. Because, again, I don't think Phoenix is smart enough to fucking do this on his own.
We're into the receptionist, the big boss out.
God damn it, Capcom, you're not cutting on
Couldn't-
me. You can't make that
Couldn't
joke.
say when he'd be back. It must be hard to keep track of everything when you're a famous lawyer.
He's got a smaller library than our office does. What are you talking about? He doesn't have that many
Back
books. Well, I guess we'll just stare at everything in his office because we're rude. Let's dig through his desk. Well, that's probably because the painting has a secret in it. Let's look at it again. Why would you make a lighter out of gold?
Because
What?
you have money to burn, that's what he said.
That's so stupid. But whatever. Okay, we get it. This guy's rich. Jesus Christ. Okay, let's
I'm
look.
pretty sure. I'm
let's-
pretty sure there's nothing here right now that we need to look at, because I think later on he'll either be here or there's something on the desk we can grab, but it's not there right now.
Wait, are we in a room? How did we do that? What?
So in theory, we went and knocked on the door and she answered, and this is the thing.
Why are you in cat stance? Or are you gonna punch me?
Hi, smooth, right? Real smooth.
Well, she did
The
sneak
lawyer,
up
aren't
on you.
The detective told me. He said, "Don't say nothing to that lawyer, pal." All right, double negative though, which means do say something to us.
Ha! We got him with our ways.
Memo to cell. Thank Detective Gumshoe for making my job harder. Gee.
That's his job,
Felt like
though.
something out of a movie.
No, it's
all so
not.
excited, I can hardly contain myself.
You saw a murder. Why are you excited?
Oh, let me go freshen up so I can look the part of the beautiful eyewitness.
Why are you thinking that this is fun, May?
I pity the lawyer that has to cross-examine this one.
Well, we don't
Which
know
is
that's
us,
us
by the way.
yet. Well, Maya
That's
hasn't.
fair.
Maya hasn't
Fair.
picked us yet.
All right, well while she's freshening up, why don't we investigate the room a bit?
Let's look at the window. Maybe she couldn't see the murder somehow. No, look out the window.
Well, so like our camera angle doesn't necessarily change, but we are like you can see the inside of the room pretty clearly from here, right?
Okay, fair enough.
So this game just shows the backdrops almost all the time.
Yeah, and it's
Every
almost
now and again.
yeah, and it's almost like the fucking body was against the window, so you couldn't see it at all. All she could see was you. And the murderer, probably.
You're thinking on the right tracks, though, Jeff. You are thinking good thoughts for this game.
Okay, well, something about the table. Maybe the table knows something.
Well, that's 2 glasses is the important part.
Huh. She
So
was
must
trying to share a drink with Gumshoe because she's so excited for no reason. Okay, let's look at this screwdriver. Why is this screwdriver just jutting out of something? What the fuck is up with this screwdriver? Okay. God, she's transforming into a cat every moment. Well, you're the one who left it open, which means it's fair game. Okay, I know how to play the lawyer game, April. Oh, wait, are you the murderer somehow? You trying to hide things from us? Or do you know the murderer, which is why there's 2 glasses?
She's back now. So we can't look in this drawer right now because she's here. But she's back now, so now we can talk to her.
Okay, let's get some information. What did you see? What did you possibly see with your cat eyes? And your shortness.
Like a man with a big vocabulary.
I like a man who knows the word incident. I've only known 5 men in my life, and they were all dumb as a sack of hammers.
Well, better not encourage her, or you know that thing that occurs, happened the other day.
Phoenix, seriously?
He changed his vocabulary to sound less smart. Because he's afraid he doesn't want her hitting on him. Or did you see what had happened?
Fair enough.
I don't suppose you could tell me about it, pretty please.
Let's just act real fucking stupid. Let's get her. Let's get on her level.
If you want to know, you'll just have to come to court tomorrow, Mr. Lawyer.
Damn it!
Oh boy.
We're not gonna get anything out of her. Okay, let's do the room. We don't need to know about
There
her.
are 2 glasses on the table.
Yeah, I can see things with my eyes.
Oh, what amazing powers of observation. Must be one of those famous detectives, like on television.
I've been a lawyer for like 7 days.
You're just a lawyer.
I'm not famous. What? That's a really weird diss. Okay. Okay, let's ask her the 3rd thing. Maybe that'll throw her off kilter.
Could you just exact who are you?
Are
Oh,
you a
Mr.
cat
Lawyer.
in a human
Are you
body?
waiting on me?
I mean, your boobs are hanging out, so maybe.
Yeah, but half the girls we met in this game so far have their boobs hanging up.
I don't know why. I don't know why it's happening to everybody, but whatever.
Mia had her boobs.
Wait,
kinda
who's
front
this?
and center,
Who's
except
this
for April
guy?
May. Oh, this is Edgeworth.
We don't know that. This
Oh,
is
we know.
false information. I don't know, I guess he looks kind of evil. But we don't know what he looks like.
Yes, well, remember Phoenix saying he already knew about him.
Okay, I guess.
You'll know why Phoenix already knows about him.
Is it because he's our brother somehow?
No, he's not our brother.
Oh, I'll figure it out eventually.
Well, nope, teehee, and you had your little hopes up, didn't you? So she's
I
not
always
telling
have
us
my hopes
anything.
up. Well, I
So
guess...
she's refusing to basically tell us anything. Do we have anything we can show her? No, none of this stuff is really anything.
Let's show her the murder weapon. Maybe that'll throw her off kilter. You don't know that this was used to kill her. Okay, so she's still not telling us things.
Yeah, so that's my guess is that's her response to everything. And we can't look into the drawer right now with her there, so.
Should we go back? Oh, let's go talk to Maya and give her an update on the nothing that we found out.
Hey.
Maybe you picked which lawyer you want.
You need the lawyer? Sorry. Haven't seen him yet.
God, you get depressed really easily, Maya. Okay,
And ask
let's...
some more questions,
Sure, let's ask her some more questions.
Father died when I was very young, and I don't know where my mother is.
She got exiled from the mountain because she left. Okay, I guess we'll ask her the harder question.
The women in my family have been mediums for generations.
My mom was killed by a ghost. A ghost!
In our blood. About 15 years ago, our family was involved in an incident. There was a man, and he ruined our mother's life.
Okay.
Ruined. After that, she disappeared. Several years after that, my sister announced she would become a lawyer, and she left the mountain. So, you live by yourself. Yes. I've gotten used to it.
Well, that's really sad.
Also, I've had to become independent, or I had to become independent, or I would lose my powers.
I guess. I guess that makes sense. Well, let's ask about this guy. Maybe it'll become relevant somehow.
Man who ruined your mother about 15 years ago. There was an unusual murder case. It was quite a stir. Everybody was talking about it, apparently.
It was the first murder by ghost ever in the history of humanity.
And they were getting desperate. Wait, they didn't use the spirit medium, did they?
Oh, so she implicated the wrong person.
The police convinced my mother to try to contact the victim. Wow, so what happened? The case was solved, you thought. The man my mother helped the police capture was innocent.
Okay, I got it.
The consultant with the medium had all been carried out in secret, of course, but...
Then how did we convict him, if it was a secret?
A man found out about it and leaked it to the press. He told all the papers that my mother was a fraud, and the media jumped on it big time. My mother, became a laughingstock of the nation.
It seems like she'd get more business that way if everyone knows who she was.
That was his name. My sister told me. White.
Do we know this white guy?
No, it's just to name the note right now.
Okay.
Let's go see if the lawyer's there now.
Wait, if his name is Edgeworth, why are we looking for Grossberg?
Oh no, so Edgeworth is the prosecutor.
Oh, he's the other.
Cop,
okay, so
cop told us about the prosecutor that we already knew about.
Okay, so they're different.
Edgeworth.
They're different people.
Yeah, we're looking for Grossberg right now, who Mia wants to represent her. So that would be the he'd be a defense attorney.
Well, we still don't know that. Your glasses are not on your face. Tell her about Maya?
She wanted to represent him. Because we were told by Mia to come here to have Maya, we were told by Maya to come here to have this guy represent, that her sister told her that if she was ever in trouble to have this guy, Grossberg, represent her.
Okay, can you help us figure out what's going on? I guess he looks. Wait, we're wearing our badge? I thought we kept it in our pocket.
Nope, it's on our lapel, just like on his. See it on his lapel?
God damn it, fake Japan.
When you see us in the courtroom, you'll see it on his lapel.
I guess I didn't think they would be that tiny. Look at that little thing. Look at it. It's so cute. You're a famous attorney, but not busy.
Not busy. Then how come no one could get in touch with you?
What are you doing? Yachting all the time?
Matter.
Killing rhinos?
The one and only Marvin Grossberg.
Well,
Here I am, boy. What do you want? Oh, well, sir. Actually, it's about Maya Faye.
why did that get a reaction out of him?
Why the strange reaction? Ah, cha-cha. Really quite busy here, son.
You're that white.
Remember, he just said he wasn't busy, and now he's busy. After we brought up her name. I can't go taking on cases on a day's notice. No, it's quite impossible.
But you lied to me. You dick.
You know, the trial is tomorrow.
Oh my god, you're talking with Edgeworth all the time, aren't you?
It's entirely impossible for me to represent her. Sorry, end of discussion. What's going on? He refused me before I even got a chance to ask him. What do I tell Maya?
He's in Edgeworth's pocket, god damn it.
Okay, the thing's not on his desk yet. I know eventually in this case there's something we have to grab off his desk.
You're the guy who fixes things for Edgeworth, aren't you? That's why you're busy all the time, but you have no cases. And also you're rich.
Alright, which are we asking?
The refusal. Well, the painting has nothing to do with anything. It's because you're a corrupt asshole who's working with Edgeworth. But then again, why do you know me? How do you know Maya at all, then? It doesn't really connect to my theory.
Maya trusted you. She knew her sister would be in good hands. Yes, of course. I know that. However, I'm sorry, but I must refuse. Sorry, goodbye. Creep.
That doesn't make him creepy.
I don't have to argue with you anyway. I'll just look elsewhere. Grumble. Think not. Did you say something? I think not, I said.
Could you give me a straight fucking answer, Grossberg? What the fuck?
I'm afraid that no lawyer worth their salt will take on this particular case. Terribly
Well, it's
sorry.
a good thing I'm worthless.
Why? I cannot say.
It's because no one goes up against Edgeworth. He wins every case.
Now, I've got nothing more to discuss with you. What's going on here?
Why is he constantly saying that he can't talk to us, but he's still standing there and letting us ask questions?
What do you want to ask him about me or the painting?
The painting doesn't mean anything, but we're gonna have to ask about it anyway.
She worked here a long time ago. Quite the apprentice, that one.
Fair
So
enough.
if we're the apprentice to Mia, he's the, she was the apprentice to him.
So that means he's 50 years old.
Is he in the profile? Yeah, there he is. 64, actually.
Holy shit. He looks really good for being in his mid-fucking 60s.
Learned my techniques in a blink of an eye. She left one day quite suddenly.
You don't even have wrinkles on your fucking face. How are you in your 60s?
Omniscient. You could see it in her eyes. She followed it with a burning passion. Never looked back, that one.
Okay, let's ask about the fucking painting.
Quite a painting I have, you notice. My pride and joy, impressive, isn't it? Well, isn't it? The color of the sky.
I mean, it's a nice-looking painting.
It's worth us at least 3 million. I have no intention with parting with it, of course. No, I won't sell it. Not even to you. I wasn't interested. It's not for sale. I'm not buying. Jeez.
Okay, let's give him things.
Present him with stuff?
Okay, what do we?
Present him with
The report. Maybe he can. Let's give him the report.
autopsy report.
Maybe he can figure out why it's wrong.
I've got nothing to say regarding this matter.
Fuck! God damn it. I guess that was the only
Wanna go
thing that
back
would be
to Maya
relevant.
Wanna
Yeah,
go back
let's.
to Maya then?
Yeah, we're gonna have to tell her
Maya?
this isn't gonna work out. Hey, your lawyer friend is an asshole. Are visiting hours at the detention center like all damn day? We've seen her 3 times.
I just imagine we're running very quickly.
We
We're
have
like all the buildings are conveniently next door to one another.
we know the Naruto running technique. We can get across town in 2 seconds.
I don't think you should.
Also, he said he wouldn't do it anyway. What?
Felix is lying. He didn't seem healthy. He was all skin and bones.
You could just tell her he didn't want to.
What really happened?
Why are you protecting his reputation?
Wants to spare her feelings that,
I mean, she's already depressed. I don't think she could get more depressed.
I don't know. You never know.
I've been here for like the last 5 hours.
Yeah, in all fairness, shut up, Mayo. We haven't fucking abandoned you.
You have someone
So
that's...
now for the state-appointed lawyer comes, I guess.
Why would you go with a state-appointed guy? You know more lawyers. Just pick one.
Do I go home or do I defend Maya?
Let's go home. She hasn't picked us. And honestly, if she doesn't want to, fuck her. Do you want to have a shitty lawyer? Then there you go. We're gonna get a... Well, our chief is dead.
I'm really curious what happens here.
Do we...
When I found out how the story ended, the results of the trial... Oh, cool. I didn't even know this could happen. The results of the trial was in the newspaper. Guilty.
She was guilty? How?
Did I make the right choice? No, she was found guilty. That doesn't mean she actually was guilty.
How the fuck did they
know.
do that?
If you can hear me, please tell me.
Well, I think I fucked up, but whatever.
Not that I can let that happen.
Okay,
I'm not
so
leaving here until she takes me as a lawyer. I made up my mind. I'm
This
going
is-
to defend you whether you want me to or not.
that's not how lawyers work, Phoenix.
Alright.
I don't know why.
Well,
I don't know
don't
why,
know.
because he has no idea what he's doing.
to be honest, I don't know. You don't know.
Phoenix, why would you even think that?
Was sitting in front of me the killer? All evidence seems to say
What
yes.
evidence? She was
About
there!
the thing that sounds
That's
fishy.
the only thing!
That witness's strange behavior, was that all an act?
Everything she's been doing was an act.
The way the lawyer refused to help out Maya.
Let's just call her Mayonnaise.
Alright, refused to help Mayonnaise. But more than that, she has no one left to help her.
She just said she had a lawyer!
No, she was just gonna take the state-appointed one.
Which means she has a lawyer, Phoenix. That's not what that
It
means.
She has a shitty lawyer.
We don't
Everybody
know
knows-
that, though. We could be a
That's
lot
the
more
story.
shitty than him. What, we're getting a backstory about Phoenix?
We get flashes of it for a bit.
What was
Why
he, a
did I
punk
become a
when he was
lawyer in
10
the
years
first
old?
Because someone has to look out for the people who have no one on their side.
Okay.
There's only one thing I know for certain. We'll get it. We'll get Phoenix's backstory, like little
Eventually.
pieces of it, and then we eventually get it. It involves Larry, and it involves other people from our past. from
Did
when we were a
Larry-
kid.
Did Larry beat us up and we defended him for some reason?
Well, yeah. So if you recall correctly, in the last case, it was stated that Larry is part of the reason why we became a lawyer. If it wasn't for Larry, we wouldn't be a lawyer. So we don't know exactly what that means, but
Did Larry kill a guy? Twice. Okay, why
Hey,
is she sad? She's been smiling a few times already. Phoenix.
you are innocent, right? Yes.
I thought Mia
Not-
taught you never to ask that question, Phoenix.
She taught you to trust that your person is innocent.
Yeah, so you shouldn't ask the question.
So you trust me too, okay? It's a deal.
Well,
so
obviously she
what
didn't
the
do it.
heck? There's something that's been bugging me.
There's been a ton of things that have been bugging you.
What's inside that strange woman's drawer? It was when I tried to look in the drawer that she got all defensive. There has to be something in there.
There's got a lot of screws in there. Okay,
Actually,
well,
there might be new things to talk to her about. Nope. Okay. Let's see if
let's-
we can.
let's
see
go
if
to the
we can get that
hotel.
Good afternoon, sir.
Who the fuck is this guy?
You are, I beg your pardon, sir.
Oh my god, he's Dick's
Bellboy of
Dumb
the
Shoes'
Scout.
younger brother.
Bellboy.
Bellboy, man.
I am the bellboy of this establishment.
You're the only bellboy?
Oh, right.
Can I have a cookie?
I've just come up to deliver room service, sir.
Oh good, she's not here. Let's start
You
sneaking
know
in
where
everything.
They might be. I believe our guest is currently using our facilities. If you've no need of anything, I'll be taking my leave, please. Stay
Okay,
as
let's
long-
tear this room apart in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
We got a chance.
Hey. Why does it seem like every time I come here, I end up embarrassing myself? Wait, now's my chance to snoop around a bit. I almost forgot. Yeah, you came back quick. I asked you to inform Miss May that there
Why
is a
would you
message for
tell
her.
this
Please
random
tell her
guy that?
Mr. White. Mr. White. So there's the White name again. Mr.
Okay.
Wright of Blue Corp phoned. Oh, right, sure.
So she's
Mr.
meeting with a
Where have I heard
crooked
that
journalist. You've only heard one of those words
White.
before.
That was his name. My sister told me.
A lot of people have that fucking name, Phoenix.
I was the man who ruined.
You
Could it
don't
be-
know.
wait,
Yes, it
wait.
probably is. Okay, let's get in that drawer. It's full of nails. Oh no. What? Oh my god, she was wiretapping herself. Phoenix, don't take it. She's gonna know that you did that. And you're gonna get in trouble. Phoenix, take a picture of it, or she'll be able to tell you that she doesn't own it. You have to collect the evidence or she's gonna fucking call you on it. Wait, what?
I'll get to the bottom of this. Oh, Bobo's still here. Time to scram. I look forward to tangoing with you tomorrow, Miss May, in court.
Where I look at your ass the whole time. What do you mean to be continued? This is still episode 1.
Well, this is like a saving point. So, like, it's to be continued because this is where the game gives you, like, a break if you would want it.
Yeah, classic Nintendo game. Made by Capcom, I guess.
It is a Capcom game. Alright, September 7th, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 1.
10 a.m. Oh god damn, this is our first good look at the guy.
Court is now in session for the trial of Miss May. Prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
I have all my notes.
Right there on her lapel. There's the badge.
Okay.
You want to review the evidence quick before we get into this?
No, I already know everything.
You sure?
I know. Well, unless there's more stuff in the report that we can read besides those 2 sentences.
Yeah, as long as you remember these 2 sentences, though. Single blunt force trauma, death was instantaneous. These are important things to remember.
What was her killer
Broken
one
beyond
punch?
recognition. Right? You have to remember these phrases.
What was her fucking killer one punch man? How did she get killed in one shot?
You hit someone right.
Sure. I guess I don't know how blunt
Edgeworth.
force works.
I'd better not show any signs of weakness today, or
You
he'll
better
be
double
on
point
the
at him.
instant.
Use both hands, Phoenix.
Mr. Edgeworth, please give the court your opening statement. Thank you, Your Honor. The defendant, Miss Mayfair, was at the scene of the crime.
And that's all the evidence I need, Your Honor.
The prosecution has evidence she committed this murder. We have a witness who saw her do it. The prosecution sees no reason to doubt the facts of this case, Your Honor.
Let's start poking holes in Miles' case. Because there are tons of holes in it. He was the chief officer? Seriously? Did we even get all the evidence of this case? It seems like there's a lot of things we don't have. We're gonna have to fucking come out with this on the fly. The one precinct in all of fake Japan. Somehow. You need a floor map of 2 rooms? Yeah, but Maya's like the weakest person. She can't kill someone. Wait, they don't know it's a clock?
I mean, they're still calling it, but it might come up, but yeah.
Now he's getting super serious. That is a really weird serious face. Because she was there, that's why I arrested her. She was there, that's literally the only reason.
What's the hard evidence?
Well, the
right
hard
now?
evidence is the Oh, she's asking...
As soon as the phone rings. So this is... So when we're in this testimony mode, where testimony's flashing in the corner, this is where we have to look for a phrase we can contradict with evidence.
He literally ran there because he's an idiot.
I rushed to the scene. There were 2 people already there. The defendant, Miss Mayfair, and the lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I immediately arrested Miss Mayfair. Why? We had a witness account describing her.
Didn't she just say that she saw a murder?
That
wasn't really a witness testimony.
At the moment of the very
No,
moment.
she did it. Oh, never mind. The witness said that. I thought that Gumshoe said that he saw that.
No, he said that he said that the witness told him that. Very well, Mr. Wright. You can begin your Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examine what? I couldn't see a single contradiction in that testimony.
It wasn't
the game teaching us one more thing.
It wasn't.
The game's teaching us
It wasn't much of a testimony, though. We don't really got much going on with this.
Hey, Maya just threw something at me.
Wait, really?
What's this? When my sister couldn't find any contradictions in a witness's testimony, she would bluff it and press the witness on every detail. The witness
Oh,
always
God.
slips up and says something wrong.
Sure, why not?
so what this is teaching us is we have a second option. Instead of giving them a piece of evidence and saying actually no, we can instead press people to have them kind of clarify more on things, which can sometimes lead to lies. And so if there isn't a lie directly the first time, we can press to see if we can find a lie.
Did the judge not see that Maya just passed us a note? Like, very obviously. She threw it at us across the room.
I assume she's not across the room, because she's, like, presumably sitting somewhere near us.
She's probably in the middle of the room, which is still really fucking obvious.
Alright,
let's press him on the witness account. She probably said more things because she was panicking. Okay, maybe... Yeah, you did say that.
Everybody's just like, yeah, you said it.
Should there be a stenographer in the room? Or are we our own stenographer for some reason?
If there is a stenographer, I think there is one, because I think also at the same time, the judge refers to bailiffs that we never see as well, so there are probably a stenographer and a bailiff in here. Because I know the judge actively brings up the bailiff at times, and then I also know at times we'll get handed the, like, stenographer's notes on things that got said.
Okay, perfect. Because otherwise, that's a lot of responsibility to put on the lawyers. She's wearing pink. Also, her hair is pink, and her everything is pink because she's human.
I guess she is pink. That's enough to take the gumshoe. Do you have any more solid proof other than her claims to
This judge has to be super tired of Gumshoe's bullshit.
Yes. Oh, sorry. I got the order of things mixed up in my testimony, Your Honor. There's something I should have told you about first, Your Honor. Very well, Detective. Let's hear it. So
yeah, let's just go over the
what
whole...
What happens is they revise the statement.
Let's just go over the whole thing again.
That's a different one. After securing the subject, I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes. I found a memo written on a piece of paper next on it. The word Mayo is written clearly in blood. Lab test results show that the blood was the victim's. Also, there was blood found on the victim's finger. Before she died, the victim wrote the note in the killer's name. I think you already figured that one out, didn't you, Jeff? What we have to do with this one?
Well, yeah, that was like the first thing that we found the contradiction 10 minutes ago.
Yes, we did find this contradiction a while ago. Because you're like, clearly the autopsy report is wrong, instead of the fact that we're gonna use the autopsy right now to claim that he's wrong.
Well, obviously he's trusting someone who's lying, so we need to get the coroner in here.
The judge is getting pissed. Why didn't you testify about the vital piece of information the first time?
Because he's an idiot.
I know. I'm real embarrassed. I forgot about it, Your Honor, sir. Try to be more careful. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination.
This judge obviously doesn't give a shit.
Securing the subject, I examined the scene of the crime with my very own eyes. I found a memo written on a piece of paper.
Okay, it's probably the...
The word was written clearly in blood. The lab test results showed the blood was the victim's.
Which is true, and that's true.
Here we go.
There it is.
Sent. Autopsy report.
Yeah, throw it in his face.
Detective Gumshoe, there's one thing I want you to clarify for me. You say the victim, EFA, wrote this note. That she was accusing the defendant, EFA. What? That's really what you
Yes,
said.
that's what he said.
But this isn't one of those lawyer tricks now, is it? Of course she wrote it. Who else could have?
And now let's get his... Now we're getting smug.
The victim is the only person who absolutely could not have written it.
It's because I wrote it.
This report
Me,
from
Phoenix
your
Wright.
department, detective. Immediate death due to blunt force trauma. He died instantly, but...
What do you mean, but?
Buddying your way out of this.
Your coroner is bullshit. We're gonna have to get him fired.
Yes, once again, the coroner is bullshit. Thus, Gumshoe's right. May is
Which
guilty.
obviously Maya
And
is
it-
guilty.
Defense has
Because the
appointed someone who
coroner
died
lied about the
immediately
immediate
wouldn't have
death.
had the time to write anything down. Mr. Wright, I beg your pardon, but when exactly?
Oh god, he
did you
figured us out.
report? When?
The day after the murder because we got it from Gumshoe.
Yup. It's the day after.
How is Edgeworth gonna figure his way out of
That
this?
autopsy report is outdated, Your Honor.
What do you mean he's outdated? That doesn't make any sense.
A second autopsy was performed yesterday at my request. Death was almost immediate due to the blow from a blunt object. But there is a possibility the victim lived for some
Oh, so the
minutes
coroner
after
was
the blow.
bullshit because he's incompetent.
I received these results this morning,
Oh god, he fucking...
and we weren't giving them. No way. Your Honor, it's quite easy to imagine the victim did have time to write Maya. That is all. I see. Damn you, Edgeworth.
What do you mean?
I should have known you'd have something up your sleeve.
God damn it, the game set us up to fail.
Why, Mr. Wright, you look shocked. Something you want to say?
I'm a sham.
Do you really want to say I'm a sham?
No, say the detective's a sham, because he is. Gumshoe's an idiot.
You're a sham. How could you give me a faulty report?
Because he had no reason to.
Detective Gumshoe, I'm disappointed in you handing him the wrong report like that.
Wait, did Edgeworth set him up somehow?
I'm sorry.
to set
Well,
ourselves up?
I also want to point out the fact that Edgeworth himself stated that he got the report this morning, meaning it's impossible for us to have gotten the right report.
Yes.
So it is actually Edgeworth's fault, but Edgeworth is like, all right, if you want to blame the detective, blame the detective.
What do you mean his evaluation? You're not part of the police, Edgeworth.
Your Honor, I submit this record to the court. Understood.
You're submitting it now, you liar.
All right.
Well, he's
died
not a
of
liar,
lung
but...
may have lived for a few minutes after being hit. Well, Your Honor, the evidence strongly suggests the victim was identifying the killer. I suppose that's the obvious conclusion, yes.
Okay, so... I guess we're gonna have to press him more, because we're gonna need more testimony.
Prosecution would like to call its next witness this morning. Well, no, because we can potentially get something else out of,
The
May.
suspicious girl.
Yeah.
Ask her about the wiretap that we can't prove that she had, because we forgot to take a picture of it. Because Phoenix is a dipshit. Why is she giving goofy music, of all things? Seriously, April May is a cat. Why?
Order an introduction should not require any reaction from the crowd. This witness will refrain from wanton winking.
Judge, obviously this witness is not a human. Objection.
This is not good. Started catching the heart of every man in the courtroom. Yeah.
By
she's talking
doing
about
what? Looking
cat girl
cute?
bit. Cutesy cat girl bit. Tell us, where were you on the night of September 5th? when the
That's
murder
not
occurred?
relevant to anything.
Yeah, I was like in my hotel room, teehee. I checked in right after lunch. This
Okay.
hotel is directly across from Fay and Company law offices.
Which we unfortunately confirmed.
That's right, big boy. Please testify to the court about what you saw. The witness's account.
Yes.
It was like 9 at night.
Press her
I
on that
looked
right
up
now.
the
She doesn't know what time it
And
was.
then, ooh, I saw a woman.
She
Actually,
didn't see that. How could she have possibly seen that? It was in a different direction.
Then, ooh, I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. She was. The one attacking her was the mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair.
Why does she have
Then when the
zippers on
woman,
her
like,
sleeves?
Dodged to one side and ran away. But that girl, she caught up to her and she hit her. Then the one with long hair, she kind of slumped. The end, that's all I saw. Every little itty bitty bit. So clearly we're gonna have to press because that wasn't enough.
Well, we can't prove that that's false, so we don't know.
But that's the point. So we press until she says something that we can prove is false. That's the whole point of the press action, is that when they give us something that's so vague we can't prove it one way or another, we press for details so that they end up giving us a false detail that we can prove.
I mean, her testimony was so vague, let's just start poking holes in it right now. They're not perfectly good, they're always wrong. That's how a game works. Yes, we're gonna cross-examine the witness because we need more information. We didn't get enough. She's a very weak witness. The only problem is we can't prove anything she said was wrong yet. Press her on the mousy girl, maybe... Maybe if she's lying about that because she didn't see it, then she's gonna start lying about it. Wait, that's your question? What? You can see the defendant in the room. That makes her the defendant. That was a terrible question, Phoenix. Well, let's continue questioning the fuck out of this testimony. Testimony's what? You're lying. No, wait. She probably saw it. This is kind of getting out of control. This is a terrible line of questioning.
It's a really nitpick point that he makes, but he's kind of right. The whole thing about her is that she's really weirdly dressed, so that would come up, and it didn't. It's enough to question it, right? It's not enough to prove that she didn't see Maya, but it's enough to call into question whether or not she did, and that's going to potentially reveal more.
Sure, I guess he's just bullshitting. I guess... No, wait. We can, because if she was wearing the same clothes, they'd be covered in blood.
Potentially, yeah. What are you trying to say?
Is she gonna kill us? She's probably gonna jump over here and try and claw our eyes out at this rate.
Yes, the court would like to remind you to please omit nothing in your testimony.
Especially how you're lying to us.
I'll be a good girl, I promise. Wink. Testimony again, if you would. Damn,
I mean, at least the judge is trying to stay on point. Okay, let's press her on something else. Something else she obviously didn't see.
See everything I did. The victim of the woman dodged the first attack and ran to the right.
Well, we can't prove that's true.
Then the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her.
It's not hippie clothes.
Hit her with the weapon. I saw it. I did. That clock.
Wait, she can't know it was a clock. She's lying.
Yup, how does she know it's a clock?
Because she took all the clock out, so she couldn't even know it's a clock.
The XDRs. Yup. It, for all intents, but so we have to press her, because right now there's nothing that we could, like...
No, press her on the clock. Throw the clock in her face.
We're going to press her on the clock.
No, just throw the clock at her. She couldn't know it's not a clock. Oh, we don't have an option to show her evidence?
No, we do, but showing evidence when there's no evidence that contradicts that it wasn't a clock, right?
But we have the clock.
The way this game works, right?
We have the clock. It's broken, and it's the murder weapon.
But if we present her with the clock, we're just kind of agreeing with her by this game's logic. We have to press her on something like, "Wait, how did you know it's a clock?" Right? Okay. So that's a press one. It's kind of a weird nitpick. I'm just doing it so we don't take the damage, because if you notice, a health bar comes up when we have things like that.
Oh yeah, the battery meter.
Yeah, and if we get too many wrong things, we lose and get a game over and have to do it all over again.
You haven't won yet. You're way far away from the finish line. Mostly because you're a bad liar. Yep. Well, I guess if we have to press her on the clock, let's press her on the clock.
I think we did, and it didn't.
Well, let's present her with the clock then. Because we have the clock.
Sure.
This clock is bullshit.
But just now it was quite revealing. Okay, it is reveal the statue owner. I always forget, because I know in some things it's like a weird press you have to do, and then, because there have been times where I jumped the gun in this game, and I took damage because I got like 2 steps ahead of where it wanted me to be. So like I always want to be more careful, because pressing you never take damage for pressing. You can literally press every single phrase, and it just takes time. But when you try to show an evidence, that's when you take damage.
Well, that's really interesting. Well, we're gonna have to use that option all the time if there's no consequences.
Persistent, as you recently called this a clock too, and he was found guilty of murder.
You can't use that as precedent, Phoenix. This is a completely different case.
May, can you explain how you knew that? No, this was a clock. Oh, our witness saw the murder with her own eyes. That's all that's important here.
No, if she didn't know it was a clock, then she's lying.
The issue with trivia matters. Yes, of course. Let's draw your questions.
Damn it, we're not even objecting to things. These things are just happening on their own.
I caught murders with these questions before. Well, only once. Predictions to say, you may continue to question the witness. Phew, that was close. Stop me there, Charlotte.
He's probably right, to be honest. Because if they're not going to allow us to catch her lie, then we can't catch her lie.
But that's because I heard it. Yes,
you could have heard it from across the room. She tapped the offices with a wiretap to relay it back to that guy who murdered her for some reason. She's the partner of the murderer. And she got on the stand just like the last murderer.
Not satisfied because...
She's lying. She couldn't have heard it because the window was closed. And also she was in a different building.
I don't know if one of these will cause us to take damage and the other one don't.
We probably should have.
Technically, it's just 2 ways of wording the same thing.
Well, no, because if we said it couldn't have rung, then we're just saying that based on the fact that all the clock parts were taken out of the clock,
which we have proof of, Jeff. So it couldn't have rung. That's the one we were supposed to pick. I'm curious if we're gonna take damage here.
We're probably gonna take damage.
I chose the one you said because you brought up the thing about the courtroom's proof of everything. Without it, you're nothing. Okay.
God, Edgeworth is so smug. He's out-smugging us. What are you talking about? We're fucking about to catch her in a lie right now. How is that not relevant?
So this one, sometimes when these things come up, you can take damage,
but
this one didn't make us take damage. It just looped us back around.
Members of the court, meaning us 3 and no one else. It's empty because there's no clock in it.
The clock marks are the clock marks are taken out.
God, April May must be super uncomfortable standing like that. She's about to pounce on us.
As the defense
and knock our head off.
The clock is missing its clock. Quite empty. So whatever it was in there is missing, by the way. That's something to note right now. Because it's empty. Mr. Wright.
So Phoenix took the evidence home? Or Maya took the evidence? Who else could have taken the evidence other than Maya, Phoenix, and Gumshoe?
The murderer. The murderer.
Huh. Well, we don't know who the murderer is, so we can't catch her on that.
Therefore, this witness
is lying.
That. Well, Miss May.
Wait, is Edgeworth gonna catch us out again somehow?
I'm gonna show you put on. No, he's gonna make some bogus claim but this time I think we'll be able to get him on it.
Damn it, he's using our tactics against us.
Because what's coming up is we're gonna have to use this to show that They talked about it being a clock and that it's not actually a statue, and that this said it was empty. But then because that was a phone call, we can bring up the wiretap.
Oh, God.
Because how does May know it's a clock? Because she heard this call.
Oh,
The
okay.
wiretap. That's what's gonna come up. I'm afraid you've forgotten one thing, however. Indeed, the clock is empty.
Damn it, you spoiled the entire case, even though we're going to hear
Whatever.
about that in 5 minutes.
When was the clockwork removed? If it was after the witness heard the clock, then there's no contradiction. That's true. That is a possibility. The clock might have been emptied after she heard it. And that's
Okay, well,
what
let's throw our phone record at him.
Ho ho, impossible, of course. I have proof. What?
We have our own proof, Edgeworth, that you don't have somehow.
Wasn't it you who told me proof was everything?
Especially
Well,
proof that we don't give you.
I'll show you the proof you like so much. The evidence that proves the clockwork was removed is
this phone.
Take a look at this. Very
It's a...
cute cell phone. Oh, you have a girly phone. Wait. This isn't my phone. Listen. This
Why
the
does Phoenix have to
defendant's phone,
constantly
and it
defend his
contains
manliness from this weird people?
I don't know, because everybody picks on Phoenix all the time and everything.
It's because it
Recording the
constantly takes
conversation.
it like a little weenie.
The recording of the conversation she had with the victim on the day of the murder.
We have the transcript, just throw that at him. We don't need the recording.
Ordered to defendant's cell phone. This was
Why is he
brought
getting
to
so
my
pissed
attention.
off?
Perhaps Detective Gumshoe overlooked
He looks
it.
like he's
Well,
devolving into a
the detective
Neanderthal.
better remember he's up for an evaluation soon. I gotta say, I'm starting to feel bad for that big fella. Let's hear the conversation. Beep.
Well, don't feel bad for him. Gumshoe is an idiot. Well, let's get down to the part where he said that she emptied it out. There we go.
September 5th, 9:27 a.m. before the murder. I think this makes it clear that the clock is already gone by the time this was recorded, which was well before the witness
I mean,
arrived.
technically we can't prove that either because she just said that. We don't have
Well,
video of her.
Fair, but it's enough, I suppose. Or at least for this game's in this world's courts, it's enough.
It's because she's secretly evil, okay? She's secretly evil, a cat, and probably a wizard at the same time. What do you mean you forgot?
The witness had seen it before. Well, so what she
But
just
Bud
claimed is that
specially
she
made
thought-
it. He can't possibly have seen it in a store.
Yup.
Yes, throw the objection at her. I mean,
seen it before, but this directly contradicts a piece of evidence already submitted to this court.
in a
Well,
different
let's-
case, though.
Please produce. Made by Larry Butts.
Oh,
It's
it
in
says
this
it on the
case.
clock.
Well, I mean, it's in the report of the
Of the
the
clock?
weapon.
Well, throw it.
Friend of mine made that clock. Only two exist in the world, and the one that isn't here is in police custody. For the other murder. Possible. Everything is sold in stories.
I mean, Larry
So,
Butts could have
yeah,
been lying.
I think it's high time you went shopping for a better excuse.
We're just taking Larry's word on it that he made this.
I mean, if we wanted to get down to semantics, everything anybody says ever in court is always something you're taking someone's word for.
Well, I
for
guess
the
that's
most
why
part.
that's why it's always reasonable doubt's the line. Wait, is she dying?
Now she's transforming into the evil form. So the heart's upside down, she's angry.
She turned all
He's
her
dropping the
buttons
cute
upside
facade.
down.
That doesn't matter, okay? She did it, and she should die for it. Die.
What do you have against her anyway? When have
Whoa,
you ever
whoa,
met Maya
Not
before?
get ahead of ourselves. This is a court of law, and the witness are remain calm.
Is she an ex-member of their family and she's trying to get revenge
And
on
then
her old
there
sister?
She flipped back, and the buttons back up.
Why are you constantly flipping your buttons over?
Silly me. It's showing that she's two-faced and that the cuteness is a facade, and so that if we press her enough, she'll go into the angry mode, and in the angry mode, we can get her.
Okay, so what's the question we're working on now?
Well, how did she know the weapon was a clock?
We're still
waiting for
on
her
this?
response.
Seriously?
Yeah. Well, it's because we proved that she couldn't have seen it in a store, so now she has to come up with another excuse.
Why are you just allowing constant excuses? She's obviously
Does the
lying.
defense have an opinion on this? Okay, this is it. Yes, Your Honor. Allow me to explain how I see the truth of the matter. Miss April May, you knew the weapon was a clock because
You had heard about the clock. Because she couldn't have held the clock.
the witness had never held the clock in her hand. However, she had heard that it was a clock. She heard that is correct, Your Honor.
It's because I stole this I took a picture of this wire. I don't know.
Known the thing was a clock.
How are we going to present this evidence without getting ourselves in trouble?
See it then. Show the evidence proving the witness heard the murder weapon was a clock.
Don't tell her that. You're going to get in trouble for this.
I found this in Miss May's room.
You just admitted to a crime, Phoenix.
That's right, please explain.
You're going to get in trouble for this.
April May, you were tapping the victim, Miss Mia Fay's phone, were you not?
We also can't prove that, Phoenix.
Your Honor, this is irrelevant.
No,
I'm not completely
it
sure
might be
that
relevant.
It is. Objection overruled.
Exactly.
It troubles me that our witness was in possession of a wiretap.
Exactly.
Defense shrewdly claimed that the witness was tapping her phone. Absolutely. Even if that was the case, which is not, you still have to prove one thing. Did the victim ever say that the weapon was a clock on the phone?
Yes, because we have a transcript of the conversation.
Oh yeah, I think I can. It's simple. Well,
This
no,
is-
we can literally just pull out the phone again and press play on the damn message.
This is the one piece of evidence we do have. Why didn't you try to prove the other thing, Edgeworth? You know, the thing that we can't prove? Because we didn't look at... Oh wait, the phone was half taken apart, so that was probably enough evidence for it. Did we take a note on that?
The phone at the office was tampered with. Yes. Ooh.
Was Phoenix smart enough to take a note of that?
We do not have a note of it.
Damn it. He's gonna be able to weasel out of it.
Well, so we proved that it was stated on the phone that it was a clock. Because she said it on the message to Maya that Maya had recorded on her cell phone.
Yeah, we got the transcript, we got the recording. We have the whole bit.
Your Honor.
What do you mean this is ridiculous? This is actual evidence.
Does she seem amused to you?
That's not admissible in court, Phoenix.
Answer. Logger.
Lurgf?
Goodness, answer the question. Did
What
you
the fuck
tap
is
her phone?
Lurgf?
Miss May, shut up, all of you. Because you have the right to talk to me like that. You lawyer.
We're lawyers. You just said
So we got
why.
it. We got her true color showing. It's not
She
fair.
already showed us her.
Oh. So I'm the bad girl. Is that it? Yeah.
Really?
That did it. The court's seen the real Miss April May now.
But she's not on trial. Why the wiretap? Because she obviously didn't do the crime. She's not that evil. Why do you own a wiretap? This is related to the murder.
Happening or irrelevant? Gosh, she's saying exactly what Edgeworth wants her to say. Miss May.
It's
what's
almost like
happening
he
to
did the proper thing that lawyers are supposed to do and he prepped his witness.
I hardly call that
Phoenix.
irrelevant.
Seriously, you need to start prepping your witnesses,
Well,
you
the court
big
does
dingus.
Well, the court does not condone the defense's tone of voice. He has a point. Well, Miss May, do you have an explanation for the court? Can you prove you had nothing to do with this murder, even though you had tapped your phone? Like to see her pull that off.
We still can't prove that she did that.
Probably thinking, I'd like to see her pull that off, weren't you?
We did
Damn,
investigate
she's
the wiretap on her phone.
Well, you're not the first man who's thought that, and of course I can and will. Can't be serious, no way.
What are we doing?
Wait, I say wait. Oh, I assure you I'm a serious lawyer. She's gonna explain that the
Oh,
her
why she has a
wiretapping
wiretap.
Isn't, yeah, why she has a wiretap and why it's not connected to the murder.
Because she was tapping somebody else's phone?
The killing. No, she was very clearly tapping this phone. It's just why that her tapping the victim's phone has nothing to do with her killing, or has anything to do with the victim being murdered.
Okay.
Why, that's just when I was getting room service from the sweet bellboy. Room service? iced coffee, I believe it was.
Was she
Iced
getting...
coffee.
Is this the same room service that we walked in on?
It's the same guy, but not the same exact room service. If you don't drink it quick, the ice melts, and then you have regular cold coffee. Iced coffee.
I mean, it's not that fast.
I think I'm making it up. Ask the bellboy. Wink. Ergo, the witness was not at the scene of the not at the scene at the time of the murder.
Well, let's go get the bellboy. Call him as a witness.
So now we have to go get the bellboy. It is my great displeasure to inform you that the witness appears to have been tapping the victim's phone.
Wait, why would you admit that?
That is a separate crime. Well, she already did admit it, with no bearing on the crime case whatsoever. Her testimony stands. She saw the defendant, May F.A., commit murder. No, they're going to let her just walk away.
Well, just press her on the same testimony again.
Unless I tie Miss Maiden murder somehow.
No, you just have to prove that she's lying. That's the only thing you have to prove.
Okay. Well, come on, think of something.
Well, let's call the bellboy, I guess. Maybe he can poke holes in her fucking case.
The defense would like to call the hotel unless there's something suspicious here, and I'm gonna get to the bottom of it. It's like quite low enough already. I object to calling the bellboy.
You can't object to us calling a witness.
Because I hold that the wiretapping had nothing to do with the killing. However, if you agree to unconditional consent to calling this witness...
You're not allowed to do that.
If Miss May's alibi is not called into question after we examine the bellboy, you'll have to recognize that Miss Ava May was not the killer, thus she is innocent.
Her being the killer has nothing to do with this case.
The verdict of guilty for Miss May F.A.
What?
This is my condition.
But that's bullshit. That's absolutely fucking absurd.
I better find something suspicious in that bellboy's testimony, otherwise May will be declared guilty on the spot.
God damn, this really is a Cardassian court.
It is this very silly court. That's the condition. Alright, I've got nothing to lose except, well, everything. Understood, I accept your condition.
Why would you accept this? You can't accept it. It's illegal, probably. Is the judge going to accept it as well?
Bellboy to the stand. Alright, time to talk to the bellboy.
Well, we're gonna have to press this guy, like, a lot, because we don't know anything about where he was or what he was doing.
Yes, sir. I received your summons in the middle of work, sir. I'm happy to be of service. Yeah, they're heavy, so...
Yeah, it's because Capcom didn't want to draw two bellboys.
Very good, sir.
So obviously he's carrying it with him wherever he goes.
I'm the head bellboy at the fine Gatewater Hotel in the business.
Okie doke. Okay, after 8 o'clock. 9 on the spot. Wait, if she was getting iced coffee at 9 on the spot, how could she have seen the murder at 9 o'clock? Or was it 9:30 that she was murdered? I swear the report said, like, it was, like, 9 on the spot. No, doesn't the autopsy report have a time of death on it?
It did the first time.
Damn it, the evidence disappeared. We're fucked. I guess press him on the 9 o'clock? Why would she have won at 9 o'clock on the spot? That's very weird. Okay. I don't know what to press him on. Yes, the bellboy is very endearing. What?
He hugged him.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's French for kiss. Never mind. So he kissed her, or she kissed him as things.
She's very weird, Phoenix. That's not suspicious. Actually, that might be right. Wait, the bellboy disappeared? Now we have no one to press. Fuck. No, let's cross-examine April again. She's the only one we've got. Protest. We can't give up. We're Phoenix Wright, goddammit. This is our first case. We can't give up immediately. Damn it, we only got one question. Room service? I think that's the only thing we have that's relevant. God, $18. Holy shit.
Iced coffee for 2.
Ice isn't expensive. Ice is free.
But it's iced coffee for 2. That's why. So they're $9 a piece.
Okay. I mean, that's still expensive.
Yes, but the important part is for 2. There's someone else there now that wasn't mentioned.
Well, let's get that on record and see if we can get another witness. Or rather, quite what?
There's someone else staying in Miss May's room. The kick-ass we did it music kicks in.
That was objectionable. Hey, it's your fault that the witness slipped.
I mean, this witness was not prepped. This witness was grabbed because we found enough to bring him. So this guy literally wasn't prepped. He was just brought in today.
I mean... That's not that suspicious, unless somehow the bellboy is the murderer. Which I'm pretty sure isn't the case.
He asked me not to mention it if I was specifically asked, sir.
Damn it. You did prep the bellboy. Why are you acting like that, Edgeworth?
Now that I won.
Did we win?
Well, we won this bit.
Well, then let's go find this guy and get April to admit to it.
Because now we need to find this guy. So we're gonna go into a second day of investigating, if I recall.
Are they really gonna allow that? We go off the case to go investigating and find more evidence?
Yeah, so it gets stated, I don't know if it gets stated in case 1 or if it gets stated in the next case, but it's gonna get stated that how the current legal system works in Japan in this fictional world is that you have 3 days to do it. In court,
I think they did mention
in between those days you can find more evidence.
Sure.
So you only have 3 days.
I think I remember that being stated. That sounds familiar.
I mean, I think I might have stated it last time, but...
Well, someone said it.
I know it gets said, so...
Well, we're gonna ask April, because she
was...
asked the man with Miss May. That's the only one it could be.
Yep.
She obviously wasn't working alone.
Checked in with Miss May. Oof. Honor. As they have previously revealed, Miss April May was tapping the victim's phone, yet Miss May herself has an alibi at the time of the murder.
So that means April knows the
However,
murderer.
That does not clear the man that was with her. The bellboy saw no one else in the room at the time of the murder. My, what a convenient little setup, but it's too late.
What do you mean it's too late? We have another 2
You'd
days.
like it if it was too late, wouldn't you? After all, it was you who hid the presence of the other man from this court. Because, yep,
He
Edgeworth
did.
told the bellboy.
Well, he also he probably prepped April May in the first place.
Yep.
I mean, we can't prove it. Unless April's going to admit to it. And, I mean, why wouldn't she?
Defense to look into the matter fully. Am I understood? Yes, gasp, yes, Your Honor. That is all for today for the trial, Miss May.
Man, Edgeworth must be real unused to losing at any point in any case. If he's out of breath because we pointed that out.
You're amazing. Really?
I mean, you were really good, Phoenix. Maya's gonna become our #1 fan.
I was just doing my job, you know. Then again, that other attorney was pretty cool too, huh?
Why are you wearing 4 rubber bands?
Eyes wide and trembling lips. It sent shivers down my spine. If you say so. So what happens with me? Do I get to go home now? Well...
No, you get to go back to the detention center.
No, I don't think so. Not yet. Oh, I see.
Just go back to the detention center.
But I got a great lead in today's trial. A lead? That man with Miss A. He's the key. Oh, I get it. What happened to Miss May after that? Anyway, I heard they arrested her. I guess she's learning her charms won't work everywhere.
Well, she did admit to crimes
Probably
in the
at the
court.
detention center now. I may have to go down there later. Anyway, this case is far from closed. Yes, sir. I'm going to find out more about this man.
Well, he's definitely guilty of something.
So now we have the rest of today to investigate further before court again tomorrow.
Yeah, I would think that the court record would be very useful in the court, Phoenix. It's almost like that's something you should have at all times in every case.
So, because so many things of hers were lies, this is the only thing that we don't have that's not a lie. For sure.
Well, it's also full of lies.
And ran to the right, but she was caught and struck.
How do we even know that's true, considering that every part of her testimony was a lie?
I mean, it's important because if someone claims the opposite or claims something else, we have that, and then we have to figure out which one's the lie.
Well, let's go to it. We're actually making good time. It's, well, we probably only got about another hour.
Yeah, I think if we hurry, we might be able to get this done. Maybe. I don't remember if this one goes 3 days or 2 days. If it goes 2 days, I think we can get it done. If it goes 3 days, I don't know if we can get it done.
Well, it's a short video. We're not doing this as a stream, obviously.
Well,
We might not even get to do next week. Because, things are up in the air still.
oh, gotcha.
Well, at least you can't attack us from back there somehow. Unless you can teleport. Well, she's obviously not going to let us know what we need to know, unless, you know, we can knock her off kilter.
How did you get so totally whacked?
Well, let's start talking.
Alright, that man.
Her attitude. She obviously doesn't know that because she's too stupid.
Oh, and I suppose you learned that in lawyer school. Creep, this one is impossible to talk to.
Attitude. This'll throw her off.
Why are you so angry? I mean, you don't look like a bad person. Boy, that does it. Bottom-feeding, scum-sucking lawyer. Bottom.
Bottom?
I can tell. Does she have a thing against lawyers or just against me?
Probably just you. Okay, let's present her with something.
We don't have anything. We have to find something new.
Well, we have all this stuff. Let's show her the bloody note. Maybe that'll freak her out. What? You're not even gonna mention the thing I showed you? Grossberg? Wait, his painting's gone? How did that happen?
Remember what he talked about the painting? This is why you have to talk to them about everything. Remember what he said about the painting? He wouldn't sell it ever, and it's gone.
Well, let's examine the empty spot. Because apparently Phoenix has like a 64K of RAM and can't think of two things at the same time. Fisherman.
What was it a painting of? Yeah.
Well, obviously it wasn't Marvin. It was a very memorable painting. What are you talking about? Why is this photo on the desk?
DL6 Incident Exhibit A and DL6 Incident Exhibit B.
Well, let's take a photo of those photos. Or I guess just look at them. Here's some old lady.
This person somewhere. Perhaps I'll borrow this one.
I mean, it kind of looks like Mia. In 20 years. Now, what's the other? Oh, wasn't that the murderer of the first crime?
No, this is the murder of this crime. So we can only have one photo at a time. So we have to So which one do you want? Do you want the girl or do you want the murderer?
Let's take the guy. I don't think we need the girl right now. And hopefully we can steal it later.
Okay, where are we heading now that we have the photo of the guy?
Let's take it to the detention center and try to knock April over again. Yes, it is your fault. Everything is your fault. Have you seen this smug asshole before?
Have a look at this. Look, I've seen it. Did you? Aha.
Well, I stole it.
It's the sim, isn't it? What? Who? When? Why? It is him. It's the man who stayed at the hotel the night of the murder. No, that's not right. Nice try, Miss Cooperative. You have proof that it was him?
No, we don't.
Show the proof. So close.
Talk to her? Okay, that man, let's get her. Well, you're not gonna get any new information, Phoenix, if you ask the same questions.
Maybe if I had something new to talk. Okay.
Okay, let's go find some more evidence, I guess.
So,
Faye and Company?
who else might have seen the man that was with her?
Oh, the bellboy. He's the other witness.
So we can show the photo to the bellboy, and then the bellboy gives us something, and I think somehow through there we can eventually go and get a thing. I think we get something from the bellboy that we take to get Miss May to talk.
I lost half a day's fucking shift from you. That's a lot of money.
Yes, our reputation will swell as the hotel where the murderer used a wiretap. We can charge a premium for the room, of course. It will be great for business, sir.
I don't think that's true, but sure.
Miss May hasn't been charged with murder. I, too, will become famous.
No, you
The
won't.
bellboy who brought the murderer iced coffee. But I feel like we're both stuck in the same bad dream. So, you are our honored guest. Please let me know.
I mean, technically you are. Okay, give him the photo. Have you seen this smug asshole before?
That's him. I'm the lawyer. Oh, I know that. I just wanted to say detective once. You know how it is. No, I don't.
You didn't talk to Gumshoe?
That is the man who checked in with Miss April, ma'am. How about I write an affidavit?
No, that's good enough information. Turn him down.
We need the affidavit.
No, we don't. We can just write it in our notebook. Freaking Phoenix could have done that.
Even Miss May can play dumb to this, so now we have the affidavit.
Well, let's throw it in her face.
Anyway, you want to talk to him about Miss May, the man with Miss May in the hotel?
Do we need any of this information?
I don't know.
Now let's just go back
to
to
be honest.
let's just go back to May and throw it in her face. We got the hard evidence that that guy didn't have. Push her. Destroy her. I found him. I know his name. Which means that you did it. Apparently she's very easy to press.
Why are you pumping your fist in the air, cop?
Because I'm a... I don't know. I'm a child.
That man, he's my boss. Red White. He is
Really?
Red White of Blue Corp.
Yeah, sure. And you're April May,
president.
king of the September Corporation.
the president of the information gathering conglomerate Blue Corp.
Well, that could mean anything.
Red White. Information gathering. Well, I suppose you could call it a detective agency.
We could call it a lot of
So
things.
this is the man that
Information gathering is insanely vague. Alright, is Red White gonna kill her too?
I don't want to end up like her.
Well, you're in a detention center, you'll probably be fine. Why would he be at Blue Corp? He's probably hiding.
Red White at last, finally. A lead on this guy. If April May couldn't have done it, that leaves him. Time to take action.
Red White, the guy with purple hair.
I think I got different. I think I had a different experience with Miss May.
You did?
Because well, yeah. So you pressed her hard. I did the opposite. I consoled her.
Why?
I was like, now, if you tell me, you'll be safer. And so I think she got mad at me at the end. Well, at the end here, she was scared of White.
I mean, he is a murderer. You know, let's see if he's at Blue Corp for some
I
reason.
would go to Blue Corp.
Why do you have his picture? How did you do that?
Welcome, please furnish me with the title of your
Are we talking to a robot?
Your name.
Oh, we are
What's your
talking
name?
to a robot.
I was just inquiringly asking the title that you go by, Wright.
Can you talk like a person?
Mr. Wright, is it right? I see.
Oh,
Splendiferous.
they're tying this into April May again.
Perhaps I have intimidated you with my
Giantesque.
What is this guy's problem? I'm Red White, CEO of Blue Corp, corporation expansion officer.
What?
My business
Oh,
dealings bring me
CEO.
in contact with the elite of the elite. So I'm afraid I am not used to conversing with the wordedly challenged.
Why is one of your trophies a question
Let
mark?
me
Do you not
guess.
understand what you won? You idiot.
You're attorney fresh out of law school, are you not? That's the only explanation of why you would come to meet me like this.
Why are you wearing that terrible tie? That's the worst tie ever.
No matter. So, what business does the mighty lawyer have with a man such as myself?
Push him on the painting. He has the fucking painting. Why do you have the fucking painting of that other guy? Ridiculosity.
Ridiculosity. I have no interest in anything but originals.
So you're admitting
Alright,
that you know that guy.
Original worth $5 million for sure. It was worth $3 million yesterday.
Well, he made it worth 5 because he owns it.
Best line of ferocious judgment.
Special
Special
good
good
try prize.
Good man holding up the world. Blue Corp sign silently stands up.
Well, there's nothing else to
Model for the
examine.
man is of course Mr. White. Truly a work of art, but probably too
Butacious. It's the tackiest thing ever. Why is your desk made of half humans?
quite the thing. It's modeled on my body, you see.
That's
so just like the statue over
disgusting.
there. No, the point is he's obsessed with himself.
Well, his desk has no heads on it. Why the fuck would you do that? There's nothing else to investigate. Why did we even look at that desk? I didn't even notice it looked that terrible before. She was your horse?
She's a secretariat. What a shock it was to hear.
I would call a woman that red, white, slap.
Red, White of Blue Corp.
Red, white, and blue.
What she has done, you mean wiretap? Indeed. She is paid to answer phones. Tapping them is not in her job description.
I'm gonna fire her immediately.
She does gather information for us as part of her duties, but I assure you, we do not condone illegal methods. It is
Ineffable.
Sounds like he's trying to turn Miss May into a scapegoat.
Oh, really? A corporate leader trying to throw his employee under the bus? How fucking weird is that?
The night of the murder.
I'm not surprised in the slightest.
Who can say? I seldom pay attention to mundane details such as time and place. My motto is, don't worry, be happy. Still, Mr. White.
What?
The hotel bellboy has stated on record that he does remember you clearly. No matter, the bellboy can say what he pleases. I still won't talk.
Well, you're gonna talk to the court, Red White. You're gonna be getting
If you want me
paperwork.
to speak, put me on the witness stand. Although I doubt you'd be capable of doing that.
I can serve anybody, you ding dong.
Why didn't the prosecution ask him to be a witness?
Because they were hiding it, Phoenix.
You should have seen the same thing April May did.
Which means they obviously know that they did the crime.
Me, they are mere toys, playthings for my amusement.
Okay. The painting, you didn't ask about the painting.
My bad. What kind of companies? Excellent question. We buy and sell various kinds of information.
You're not a detective agency.
No, so he's an info broker, which I don't know if that's even a legal thing. Like, I do not know, because I only ever see info brokers come up in fiction. I never see anything about them in real life, so I don't have no idea if they exist. If they're like a black market thing, or if they're
well, you
a
can
thing
sell.
that exists in some capacity. So an info broker is someone who buys and sells information.
Well, you could do that. It just has to be more specific than that. If you want to turn it into a business.
Well, yeah. So the blackmail and the fictional type of info broker that I typically see, like, you'll be able to, like, you know, they're the guy you go to in the criminal underworld so that you can get the dirt on people, so that you can lord it over their heads and things like that. And stuff like that. But
okay, let's get him on that painting. He obviously knows the fucking detective. While the other lawyer.
After the color blue. Hi. Red White of Blue Corp, as founder and CEO, named it so.
It's because I have no imagination.
I like the color blue, of course.
Which is why I wear purple and my hair is purple.
There's something that's been bothering me.
I've seen that painting before. Oh, he literally has that as an option. Or I could tell the future. Woo! You know the other lawyer.
Mr. Wrong, was it? Right.
I guess that's kind of clever.
Fully grasped your position here. I ask again.
I'm a lawyer.
A lawyer? No, my feeble friend. A mere lawyer. Worth nothing, zilch, zippo, nada.
But why won't you answer our question?
Like that sorry excuse for an attorney. Robber burger.
Grody burger? That's a very weird insult. Wait, did we get beaten up? Or did we beat ourselves up?
He punched me.
Well, he's got brass knuckles, essentially.
What will you do, eh? Charge me with assault? Charge away, I welcome it, for it is you who will be found guilty. What? Heed my exposition. The police, the courts, they all do my bidding. So you say, but I wonder, is that kind of control really possible? I don't expect you to understand. It is a world beyond your comprehension.
Compensation.
Oh, is that what he said?
He did say that.
Here from Grody Burgers.
What the fuck is... Oh, Grossberg's.
Yeah. Mr. Grossberg, yes. Then you must ask him, why is it that this painting of
well, how do I know you didn't murder him already?
Then he will tell you. Perhaps he will explain how a man can live a life purely for personal profit. Go on, skedaddle. There's nothing more I want to discuss.
Apparently there isn't. Can we go to the police and report that he punched us? Oh, Grossberg's actually in his office.
Yes, the Grossberg's here now.
Is he asleep? Jehoshaphat's?
What's wrong? He looks so pensive, like an old man at the end of his days.
He doesn't even look that old! What the fuck?
Out of curiosity now, though, that we have more profiles. I like how we have the bellboy's age, 26. So Mr. White's 39.
Well, that's not gonna help us with anything.
I was just curious. I was just thinking about this whole mess. Something's really bothering him.
Maybe all the ages are random because this guy is 64. Ask him about Mr. White. Or, well...
I was just curious if the other photo was on his desk.
Damn it, he hit his other photo. Fuck. Somehow we got to the CEO's office. I don't even know how we managed that. We just barged in with our big man balls. And said, fuck you, I'm seeing who I want to see. The big painting. Why did you sell him the thing you said you were gonna be no selling?
No intention parting with. Well, I saw it today. It was in the CEO's office at Red White's office. So.
Which means that you notice and you're doing business with him.
It is a large painting, Mr. Biscuit. No, you and Mr. White are connected somehow. Connected, you say. Yes, and I know what it is.
Your lovers. Well, obviously not. It's obviously related to the DL6, but I don't know how he's involved. Maybe try blackmail? Let's try charging him with something. That'll really throw him off. Especially since it's worth millions of fucking dollars.
Maybe it's time I get this off my chest so I can finally rescue you.
Wait, you're gonna admit to it?
You were me as understudy, perhaps it was fate. What's he talking about?
Was there some horrible crime that we don't know
Red
about?
White is a man who makes his living through intimidation.
Yeah, it's almost like he punched me with brass knuckles 30 seconds ago.
Hiding people's weaknesses, I'm afraid. I've been paying them for 15 years now. 15 years. All because of the DL6 incident, as you may have guessed.
I don't even know what that is.
We'll get more into
it. Was literally before my time.
The DL6 is like the case that gets built up in this game.
Well, let's get building.
As you suspected, I could not stand in defense of Maya because of this. Well, it would have destroyed me if I did. So that's the connection. It's hard for me to tell you this, my boy, but arresting Red White will be nigh on impossible. He has information on everyone. It gives him an iron grip. He owns judges, attorneys, prosecutors, police, and politicians.
I doubt that makes him untouchable, but sure.
So therefore, to him.
See, if you charge someone with a crime, then they lose all their power. Let's ask about this incident. I don't know anything about it. Who is that old lady?
DL6 is nothing more than sorting code the police gave the case. It was 15 years ago now. I received a request from a medium, a spirit medium.
Oh my god, it's related to the...
Her name was Misty Faye.
Damn it was connected all along.
She was Mia's mother. She had been investigating the murder at bequest of the police.
Which means that Red White was the murderer of that case as well.
As a result, police called her a fraud. This is what Maya was talking about the other day. I did all I could for her, and in the end, cleared her of wrongdoing. That murder case, however, remained unsolved to this day.
Which means that Red White did it.
That case is the DL6 incident.
They couldn't let people know. They couldn't let people know, but they still wanted to use it as evidence in court.
So he told White about the medium. I don't know if they necessarily wanted to use the medium in court. I think it was going to give them a direction on where to investigate.
I'm pretty sure it would have had to been tied into it somehow. And then the court would start calling the police a bunch of idiots.
It is an embarrassment to me to know because I talked. The police were mocked far and wide. In secret, they began looking for the one who sold them out. Of course, White heard about it and came to me. Only this time, the offer was blackmail. So originally, he sold the story to Mr. White for money.
Okie doke.
So that's how Mr. White's the guy who got the story out in the open and got, you know, Misty Faye Like's reputation destroyed. Right, controls the law of this country as he sees fit.
No, he doesn't.
Yet, if you would still challenge him, have a close look at Mia's office. She followed his every move for years. She may have recorded something of what she found.
And it's in her shitty computer. Well, let's go look at the office. I don't want to ask the other two things. Yeah, it seems murder because it's normal. It's almost like that's how things work, Phoenix.
Victims should be
AI.
looked for.
Maybe she has something on DL6. Yes. My mother committed suicide because of... Sure.
No, she disappeared. We don't know where she is. So she could be dead, she could be alive, we don't know.
Well, she probably just threw herself off a cliff and no one found her.
Finally, the names are used. So this is a note written by Mia. Finally, the names of two. So Mia claims she used her medium powers, and two men's names surfaced. The first one was Marvin Grossberg, a lawyer who sold my mother's information for riches. The other was a man who sold that information to the press. This parasite who makes his fortune on threats and coercion. His name is... The record stops there.
Why? Was it torn out of the book? Did you just stop writing? Maybe JS. Maybe we'll just go down this in order.
Sure. I was gonna say the other one to do would be White.
Yeah, skip it. Maybe there's something in it somehow. Suicide, ew.
Choose a collection of suicide reports. There's politicians, policemen.
Oh, it's tied into the White thing
Writing
again.
on most of these in pencil. White. This is Mia's handwriting. Wait, I get it. Mia thought he was involved in these suicides. White drove them all to... I can use these newspaper clippings. Let's find the most disturbing one. Article about a politician's suicide. The word Wright is written at the top.
Hey, we found some evidence. Well, let's get to the last one.
EU, I know, W, White.
No, let's look in Z. There's probably something in
The
Z.
entire W section is missing. Was it taken?
Well, it probably was, considering White was the murderer. Wait, we can't look at the other room?
No. But we can confront White with the suicide note.
Okay, here's a suicide clipping. Why are you constantly taking our meetings? Especially since you're telling us to go away. What are you gonna do, throw us out the window? We've got the crime and the time this time, White. It's written all over your smug-ass face.
He was embezzling secret government funds. Then, one day, word got out and leaked to the press. The very next day, he took his own life.
Because you did it!
See it. He had a file filled with articles like this. Every one of them was labeled with a single word, White.
Which means that she can tie you to the thing. You blackmailed him. You destroyed his face.
Not just him either. You were threatening, coercing hundreds of others.
You're wrong! This isn't gonna get us anywhere, but we might as well say it.
What I should be doing now is going after you. Just where Mia was on to you. She was keeping tabs. For this reason, you had an April May tab on your phone. Then, Mia was murdered, and all the documents about you mysteriously disappeared. So, the culprit would be...
What's he gonna do? Get us arrested? Oh, he's going to testify, I guess. What's he gonna do? Try and get us implicated on the murder? Seriously? Especially after I punched him. Well, at least they didn't call us the Deleter, but then again, this game was a lot of years before Metroid Other M. I mean, that would have been hilarious if he would have called us that.
Well,
How the fuck are you gonna prove that we did it?
I'll plan to figure out you, and you'll be tried as Miss Means Killer.
Yeah, but
This is
obviously
good.
you're wrong.
No lawyer of any worth will defend you. I have friends in the local lawyers associations.
Well, I'll just defend myself then. Phoenix. Holy shit, Detective Gumshoe wrote.
Larry Butts. Right, actually, Phoenix, right. My friend's name is Larry. Alright, sorry, pal. Butts was that murderer, right?
He didn't do it either, Gumshoe.
I sent you the man who killed Miss Miafe.
And because it's Gumshoe, that means he's gonna destroy us. On the spot.
Will the man be into custody? Farewell.
Why the hell is any of this happening? We're gonna be able to get ourselves out of jail in like 3 seconds anyway.
Can't believe it's only been a day since the first trial. My trial begins tomorrow.
Well, how are we gonna prep our own case if we're in jail?
Prosecution will be in on it, of course. Edgeworth included, an attorney who was assigned to me by the state yesterday. I refused. I had an idea.
I'm gonna defend myself.
So what I think is weird is, in theory, this is supposed to be flipped.
How did
Right?
you get out, Maya?
Well, because only one person can be charged with the murder of Mia Fey. So if they're no longer seeking to get Maya on the charges, she'd be let out.
Yeah, but the cop assumedly wouldn't be behind her in that case.
Yeah, that's the thing that I think is weird about this, is like they used the same art.
Also,
when
the
we're in
bars
jail.
wouldn't be on her window.
Right. No, that's my point. Is they use the same art, but what's happening is she's out, we're in. I'm afraid we've switched places, see?
Somehow I'm free and you're in jail again.
I explain what happened to Maya. That's what it says.
Probably everyone he has
No,
tabs
you.
on. I'm gonna kill
Yes,
him
you've come
next.
Too far, Mr. Wright. Please tell me, is there anything I can do?
Maya,
well,
could you be our lawyer? Defend me in court. You're our lawyer now.
help me break out of here.
No, defend me. Be my lawyer.
You can be my lawyer. All right, give it to me. I am your sister after all.
No, it
Blood
doesn't,
runs
but
in our
okay.
blood. Doesn't it go as far as that ran in your blood? I'd better off run to the bookstore.
We are so fucked.
But what? I'm kidding. It was a joke. No way. No, really, I was kidding. But thanks. It's good to know you're on my side. Really isn't anything you could do for me anyway, but you could just sit there.
She is so angry that she can't
Give
help
that
us.
man a piece of my mind. Just a piece? Okay. Then come to the trial tomorrow.
Why don't you
Okay,
just use your powers to melt his brain?
I'll show them a thing or two.
You're a psychic, right? Just
So,
go wibbly
We're
wobbly.
gonna have, after this trial, we're gonna have a long conversation.
Well, let's check if we're gonna have time for a long conversation. Yeah, we got
We might have-
45 minutes.
Well, but you remember how long the other trial was. We might not be able to get the trial done and have the long conversation, but we'll have
Yeah,
to
I'll
see.
probably be fine. Oh, they're
Beginning a
actually
few-
talking about the 3
okay,
days
so this
thing.
is explaining it. Beginning a few years ago, a limit of 3 days was put on initial court trials. Almost
Sure.
all finished in a day, most with a guilty verdict. I never thought I would end up in the defendant's chair by myself.
I really wasn't kidding when when I was making jokes about the Cardassians from Star Trek. That's
I don't
pretty
know.
funny.
You'll have to explain that to me here while we go, because I don't know Star Trek. You know Star Trek better than me. Although I am starting to get Doctor Who, because I've been watching Doctor Who.
Well, the bit about the Cardassian legal system is that they predetermine people's they predetermine the verdict before the trial actually starts, and all trials in Cardassia are basically like shows, because they want the show of the justice to be for the people, to be like, hey, justice works, because everyone's always guilty.
Gotcha.
So the law is basically a joke. It's just performative.
I was gonna say, I will very much say that, in my opinion, this game feels very much guilty until proven innocent.
Yes.
And specifically in the form of guilty until you find the actual guilty party. Because at least in what I've played through this game, note I haven't even finished the first game, every single trial in order to get the other person off, because there's like points where I'm like, alright, we proved they're innocent, that should be it, right? Nope, we still have to keep going for some reason.
Why is Edgeworth...
Because we have to essentially find who did it in order to...
Oh yeah, because he's the prosecutor on all cases.
I received a call from the chief prosecutor's office yesterday, question mark. I was told that whatever White says today, it will be the, quote, absolute truth. No matter how you try to attack his testimony, if I raise an objection, I have it on good faith that the judge...
Why does everyone know that the system is corrupt?
What? Does White have the judge in his pocket too? So you're saying I'm going to be guilty, end of story?
Yes.
I will do anything to get my verdict, Mr. Wright. Anything.
Why are you admitting to us that you're corrupt?
How can you torment an innocent person like this? I actually like Edgeworth's, like, mindset of why he does it. How can we know that? The guilty will always lie to avoid being found out. There's no way to tell who is guilty and who is innocent. All I can hope to do is to get every defendant declared guilty. Like, I think it's a really, like, while flawed, it's a very interesting perspective. Right?
I mean, it's
the perspective is basically... I don't know who's innocent and who's guilty, so it's best to punish everybody than to let people who need to get punished be let free.
I mean, it's an interesting mindset. It's also very, very wrong.
Right, no, I said it's flawed. It's flawed as hell. But I find it interesting.
He doesn't know what justice means.
No, it's definitely not justice. I wouldn't call it justice. But the idea there is that I have to punish the bad people, so if everybody who shows up in court goes to jail, by percentages, bad people aren't getting away. Like, no one can get off the hook.
Well, I suppose fake Japan doesn't have the death penalty, so he doesn't have to feel that bad about it.
Yeah, at least the game never brought up death penalty. Like, people sometimes yell, like, they deserve to die, like, May did, about Maya. But...
Which is kind of ironic, considering apparently every case in this game is about murder.
Yes, every case in this game, at least the ones I've done, are about murder.
Whoa, that's a weird face you got.
Now, I've only done 4 cases, I think.
You said you did the 4 cases, and there's 5 cases.
Yeah, I did 4 of the cases in this game, and there's 5, so I stopped on the last one.
Okay, so who's gonna be the first witness in our case? And also, why is she on our stand?
She's our buddy? I don't know.
I guess we're just allowed to do that.
You're up to doing this? Yes, Your Honor. I will be defending myself.
Because my lawyer was actually insanely incompetent. He's not actually here today.
No, our lawyer's to our right. It's Maya.
Oh, God.
You asked her to.
Yeah, but that was a joke. And what, they took it seriously anyway?
No, as he said, we're defending ourselves.
Okie doke, we
anyway,
got this.
Let's go over all the new evidence we got.
Which is...
This.
And this.
And the floor plans. Literally all we got.
Well, I guess we'll throw the affidavit at him?
No, it's not the affidavit. That's the, we lost the affidavit when we
that's the lady's testimony.
Yeah, this is that piece of the testimony. The victim dodged the attack and ran to the right.
Throw her testimony at him. That'll muddy the waters insanely fast. Oh, wait, if this is just a performative case, can we even do anything? Raise an objection?
So I vote we just always try to raise raise hell whenever we can in this case. We have to fight for our goddamn life in this one, so...
Ah, damn, we're on the death penalty. What do you mean Mr. White is a busy man? This is a fucking murder investigation.
Tell me why he wasn't at the first one.
Mrs. May's opinion is worthless. What are you talking about? We proved that yesterday.
Oh yeah, he's saying we thought May was gonna be good enough.
We didn't even...
He's claiming why White didn't take the stand anyway, so now...
Also,
White's
you were hiding him deliberately in the first case. You didn't want him to be here at all.
Wish to know the title of my personage? Your name. Yes, that is what I said. Dear, do my
Locutions?
confused?
Is locution a
Name.
word?
I'll look it up quick.
No, you're playing the game. You have to play the game.
Alright, look it up. Look up locutions.
Well, you still have to keep playing the game.
I am playing the game.
Blanco
My friends
Nino?
come- It's just...
Blanco
what?
Nino.
Blanco is white. I don't know what Nino is.
Okay. I don't
I
think
am
CEO
Nino.
and president are the same thing.
Some more common term, the president. Yeah, I do think they're different positions too. Did you know the victim missed me a fame? That would be a negatory. No, I did not.
Well, locution is a real word.
Oh yeah, did you catch that? It's the Gatewater Hotel.
Yeah, that was the name. That should be the name of the hotel.
Gatewater. You know, where the wiretapping was. The
Oh
Gatewater.
Oh my god. Capcom, you were terrible at writing. What the fuck?
You witnessed the murder. So, red, white, and blue did a crime involving wiretapping at the Gatewater Hotel.
What?
Well, so he's red, white of Blue Corp. So you have a tie to America. Then you have
Okay.
So he's the president of Blue Corp. Red, white, and blue. He's the president of Red, White, and Blue. He was wiretapping at the Gatewater. Right? It's a Nixon joke. The entire case is a goddamn Nixon joke.
Well, according to the internet, apparently Blanco Nino means white boy.
Okay, so he's just the white boy.
So,
Is he like
there you go.
I hope they have made your peace with God, Mr. Lawyer.
They're not gonna kill me over this.
Let him have it, Phoenix.
What are we gonna let him have it with? Did he lie about May's testimony?
At 9, I was quietly perusing, that's
Perusifying.
I'm perusifying some papers by the window. Then I heard a bedlam coming from outside. Surprised, I turned to look at the building across the way. Then I saw a spiky-haired man attacking a woman with long-haired. Needless to say, the man was none other than you, Mr. Lawyer. I called Miss May over at once. She too was flabbergasted. Of course, the victim. She ran away, but you gave chase. Oh, hey, there's the blood on the thing. Do you see it? There's blood on the.
On her finger?
I don't know, on the statue, there's like a brownish red.
No, I can't see it. There's a text box on it. Oh, there it is.
Okay.
Wait,
Yeah.
she hit her with the bottom of it?
Apparently.
Well, just throw May's testimony at him. They're completely different. Maybe gave chase is the contradiction? Or we had the press moment.
I think we have to press it so that he gives a direction.
Okay, well, let's press that on that sentence. That's the.
There we go.
Isn't that
Ran
the
to
same?
left.
Isn't that the same picture but photo flipped?
Yeah, I think so.
Capcom can't draw another picture of the attack. That's too much time.
I'm always absolutely positively perfect. Perhaps you could change your testimony to reflect a new detail. The victim ran to the left and I gave chase. Present.
Get him.
Right there, Mr. Wright. You dug your own grave. What is this? So the victim ran to the left, but that directly contradicts Miss May's testimony.
Which you said that she saw,
It stated that the victim ran to the right.
and they showed us that it was the same photo.
You have misheard her.
It can't be a misheard if
Look
it's
at the
witness
floor plan.
testimony.
Look at the floor plans. The killer was here. The victim was here. The victim ran to the left as you claim she did. She ran directly away from the door. She would have been running into a dead end. Did you find that odd?
Well, she was running away from a murderer.
Very strange. I did see her run to the left, I did. Phoenix, look at his face. I don't think he's lying about this one. True. Maybe he really did see the victim run to the left. So he did witness the killing. Okay. Wait a second.
What do you
Did you
mean,
figure
wait
it
a
out?
second? How did you
figure
figure it out?
Did you
Oh, the
figure it
glass.
out?
The glass.
Miss May says right, and Mr. White says left. Can you explain this contradiction? Which one's right? Did you figure it out?
I'm thinking that.
Floor plan?
Well, I'm thinking that if she ran to the left, she would have been running on the glass, and that probably wouldn't have worked.
So, if she was running towards the left, from the point of view of the window, she would have been running towards the desk. If she was running to the right from the point of view of the window, she'd been running towards the door, which makes more logical sense. From the killer's perspective, if she was running to the left, she'd be running towards the door.
Oh my god, he really... He did.
They're
both right.
They're both right because White's the killer, and from his perspective, she ran to the left.
Is White really that stupid? White can't seriously be testifying about this from his point of view as the
this
murderer.
went over my head. This went over my head the first time I did this. I was like, okay, this game I have to really think sometimes because I would not have thought about perspectives.
Well, I wouldn't think that White would be that stupid.
There's one scenario that would explain their conflicting accounts. What? Obviously, the witness was not viewing the crime scene from the hotel.
Because he was doing the crime at the time.
Right? What do you mean? Yes. What do you mean? He was not viewing the crime from the hotel.
What do you think he means?
Not in the hotel. Where could he have been?
Where do you think, Edgeworth?
Offices of Faye and Company, of course.
Edgeworth's not this dumb.
Or specifically who was standing there. Time to show the court where Mr. White was.
Well, click on the K. Because obviously he's not the victim.
This is where he was. Look. Victim ran for the door. If he was watching from this point of view, it would appear that she ran to the left.
And apparently, White is the
Please,
dumbest
this
witness
is no
in the
time for
universe.
jokes and ill taste. That is where the killer was standing.
Edgeworth, are you serious? You can't put two and two together.
Anyone disturbing the order of this courtroom will be held in contempt. Mr. Wright, what are you suggesting? Rapscallion.
What are you objecting to?
The postulations of the defense are a distortion of truth, Your Honor. Indeed, they seem to be a bit far-fetched.
Well, White did admit it to it.
Well, yeah, so he admitted to seeing her run to the left. It could be, there's still the argument that May lied. Or May was confused, or any sort of that. Or that, you know, even Wright himself is confused or wrong.
Well, he's got to come up with an excuse then, and then we have to poke a hole in it.
Like, what Phoenix is doing right now is a stretch, but this whole game is based on, like, pushing it until they eventually crumble to the point where you got them.
Well, if White is testifying from his point of view as the murderer rather than just lying,
To testify once more.
then
Very well,
it's going to be pretty
fight.
easy to get him.
Good luck. You can't fix a broken testimony, buddy.
Yes, I can. I can lie
Ran
more.
to the quote left. Miss May's testimony was correct, as was mine. When you assaulted the girl, she first ran to the left, then you hit her savagely. That is what I saw.
But that's
Next,
impossible.
with the last of her strength, she ran to the right. You chased her and delivered the final blow.
Which is impossible considering the coroner's fake report.
You see, you hit her twice. Don't you remember, Mr. Lawyer?
Throw the report in his face.
You better. She ran to the left.
No, the hit her twice thing.
Yeah, it's at the very end.
Kill him! You didn't read the coroner report!
That's my chance to hit him where it counts. Mr. Wright, wasn't it you who told the court you were absolutely perfect? Refrain from using this phrase from now on.
Yeah, but you're still lying.
If you could ask the witness for a new testimony.
Oh my god, Edgeworth can't have a recess. Why is everyone just slamming the desks?
Everybody very dramatically always calls objection in this game. Yeah, pathetic.
God damn it!
Yeah, we want justice. Don't let him get away. Very well.
The public has no say in
If the
this.
witness would care to revise his decision. The crowd's on my side. No slipping out of this now. Wait.
Because the crowd's opinion obviously matters in a court case.
The two accounts.
The two accounts from the same person.
Well, see, I looked at the other window when I heard that thing fall.
What thing?
So typically when you see something vague like that, that's hints to use the press. So what thing? Now we gotta press, and he'll bring up the glass lamp. Killer, you attacked her, but she dodged. And then she turned and ran for the door. And when you did her with a single blow. So now he's changing it so that there wasn't a first blow because you missed on that one, but he mentioned the thing falling over, and so now we can press on that.
I don't know how that's gonna help us prove he's lying, but sure.
Well, so what it will do is he'll have to explain it, and then we can find a lie in that, and so on and so forth, as is the nature of the game. See, I looked at the other window and I heard a thing fall. Oh wait, it's right there.
It's the first time it was the last one. That was the first. Just to throw you off kilter.
Fall. What exactly is that thing? The glass stand.
Wait, how could you have seen that? Because it was on the other side of the room.
You can't see it from the window.
Get him!
You can't see the glass stand from the window. There we go, we got that.
Kill him!
Right, that one that had fallen over the scene. Phoenix does
throw the broken glass at him.
Yes, very good. Yeah, so I'll press further, Mr. White. What?
I'm gonna hit you with broken
You
glass.
saw the glass light stand? Yes. Then change your testimony to reflect that. I'm sorry, my bad. The witness will revise this testimony. Okay.
Don't let him revise it, then he's gonna be lying.
The light stand was lying on the floor when I looked.
Aw, we couldn't throw the broken glass at him and severely injure him.
Not right now. We're
gonna get him later.
Because from the window you can't see the glass stand, so if he knows the glass stand's there, that means he was inside the office.
Did we get the floor plans from Edgeworth yesterday?
Yes.
Or from Gumshoe?
No, we got them from Gumshoe yesterday. Gumshoe's testimony brought up the floor plan.
And so it materialized on this photo paper. Because magic.
If you were to look through the window at the office, there is an area you should be able to see. Here.
You can see the table and the plant.
Now within the stand is not within the visible area.
Nope.
Oh, Mr. White. What do you have to say about that? Ridiculosity.
It's not ridiculous, it's a fact.
If you were in the Gatewater Hotel as you claim,
then you would have been President Nixon this entire time!
In fact, you couldn't have been able to see it after it fell either. There's no way you
because they were on the floor.
The broken shards as a glass light stand, so
you also couldn't see them anyway.
Mr. White, it must have been the moment that it fell. The only place you could have seen that from that is inside the offices. In other words, you were there at the scene of crime when the murder took place.
Oh shit, he died. And then he stood up. He's a zombie. Get him. He's coming back to life.
Mr. White, you did it, didn't you? Mr. Your Honor, I miss Mia. So we're about to get our vote.
Yeah, but the judge is gonna throw it out anyway. Wait, we're getting the Edgeworth music? Wait, I thought you were supposed to get him out of it.
What? You said you should confess your crime, ergo...
You did it.
A wiretap. Thus, he was inside the office to place the wiretap at one point in time, meaning he knows that there's a glass stand in the office, meaning that when he saw it from the window, he could recognize the glass piece.
Hello? Discord? Okay, we're back. Discord is an absolutely perfect program that works no matter what.
Okay, but what the argument they're about to make is that he went to place the wiretap, which means he, at one point in time, he had to place the wiretap, and when he was there, he saw the glass lampstand.
Well, that's pretty clever.
So that means he knew about it, so that when he looked through the window and saw the glass pieces you can see on the ground, according to, because there is some glass pieces you can see on the ground.
That's pretty iffy, but whatever.
But it's an argument to claim that why he would know there's a glass stand. Because our argument right now is he could only know about the glass stand if he was the murderer and he was there.
What does that have to do with anything?
Wright is the CEO of Blue Coat. He ordered his secretary, Miss April May, to tap the law offices of Miss Faye. What does that have to do?
Exactly.
The question is, when was the wiretap placed in the office and by who? No.
Well, White knows that.
Mr. White, in order to place the wiretap, you entered Mrs. Faye's office. Am I correct? Correct. You are most correct, Miles. Break. Yeah. In order to place the wiretap, I breached the office. That is when I saw that accursed light stand. I'm confused. Please explain to the court all this means, Mr. Edgeworth. Gladly, Your Honor. Mr. Phoenix Wright has made his position quite clear. He is determined that Mr. White knew the glass stand was in the office. He has shown that there was only one time when Mr. White could have seen the stand at the very moment of the murder. Thus, Mr. Wright would like you to believe that Mr. White was the murderer.
Yes.
However, it is a fact that Mr. White had been to the office well before the murder took place.
Well, how is that a
when
fact?
He went to place the wiretap.
You can't prove that either, Edgeworth. I mean, you can't prove your story either. I can at least prove mine.
But
what's the objection
well, no,
here?
because we can't prove it either way, which means we can't catch him on the murder. And as I said, at this point, as I said, the way this game seems to work law-wise is that as long as you don't, they're guilty unless you can literally basically find the person. It always feels that way, that it's guilty as long as you can find the person who.
But we can totally prove it on his own testimony.
No,
yes, we can. Push him again.
Phoenix is still somehow guilty.
No, Phoenix, no.
No wiretapping.
He's wrong. Get him.
The beginning of December, a week before the murder, entered the loft. I entered the offices. Of course, I had done the ghost and placed the wiretap. That is when I saw the glass light to him.
We can't poke holes in that.
Nope, we can't. And this is the thing we're going to be discussing now with the case.
I have no idea. And Maya's not helping us either.
Maybe he's rattled enough that I can bluff something out of him. Alright, so let's start pressing crap.
The beginning of September?
Do you have proof that it was the beginning of September? Miss April May knew the details of Miss Faye's phone conversation. This proves that the wiretap was placed before the murder.
Yeah, the day of the murder. But it doesn't prove it was that September.
But it proves that it was before the murder, thus it's enough to know that the glass stand, blah, blah, blah. I entered the offices of Faye.
Yeah, we don't know about the fingerprints. Because we didn't bother to get the police report. Are we fucked?
You'll see.
Yes, it does. You can't use that as an excuse in court. How could it have made entirely out of glass if the other parts of it weren't all shattered? Yes, there is. The entire thing was not made out of glass because it wasn't all shattered. The note?
I don't... Do I have to...
Well, we still can't prove that Maya didn't write that herself.
I don't. Okay, yeah, we just have to go through it a number of times. That's what it is. I was like, I know something's gonna come up that's gonna help us, but I like don't know if I have to try something first. But no, I just have to keep going until this happens.
I don't know what we could do. Will the game just give us some evidence?
Question mark. Phoenix, over here. I know that voice.
Is it Larry?
Maya?
What?
Never give up, Phoenix.
Is she, like...
Maya?
Is she possessing her sister somehow? Or are we just having a flashback? How are we outside the courtroom?
Waiting lobby. What happened? Oh, right. I lost the trial. I was hallucinating.
Maya, how are you here?
Yeah.
You're really dead, though. Why is he just fainting all the time? I am looking at one part of you, at least. Wait, what?
So my favorite thing about the art they do, and when
why did you open up her top?
Maya, well, because she takes on the aspects of the person that's in her. So now she has the boob thing that her sister had.
Sure.
She also has the mole on her chin that she doesn't normally have that her sister had.
Okay. I mean, it's psychosis, so why not?
I am Maya, but I am also Mia. Now, I want you to listen to me, Phoenix. Maya never gave up. You can't either. That's what I came here to tell you.
Well, we don't know that Maya never gave up. We've never seen her before.
You've already won. You have that receipt in the courtroom, right? Oh yeah, the one who wrote Maya on.
But we can't prove that you didn't write
Wright
that.
wrote that, not me.
But we can't prove that.
So what do I do with it?
Fingerprint
Look at the
it?
front of the receipt. The front, it's a regular receipt. Looks like it's from from a famous department store. $1,000. Wow, big spender. Item: glass light stand.
What?
It happens to be the receipt for when the glass light stand was purchased. Date of purchase: the day before the murder, not the beginning of September.
Damn, she was murdered really early from September.
She was murdered on the 5th.
Wait, we never bothered to look at that before now?
Yeah, the game never bothered to have us look at it because
Phoenix
is not important.
You're supposed to flip over every piece of paper in a
what
cart.
did Mr. White say in his testimony? It was the beginning of September, the week before the murder.
That he tapped the phone,
He said he saw the stand the week before the murder. Before you go, I think the court is about to reconvene. Go do it, Phoenix. You know you're innocent. Now you just have to prove it, right?
Does no character in this fucking game wear a bra?
I don't know, maybe. There's other female characters we'll meet. And they're not all boobs.
I would like to... Well, I guess I can't take this game seriously, but still.
This game's not meant to be taken seriously whatsoever. I 100% believe this game is just a fun, silly adventure. Because if you think this case has gotten silly, like, there are sillier cases down the road.
I don't think the case itself is silly. I think all the characters are just way too silly.
It's true. No, the characters are super over the top intentionally, and I love it.
There is everything to go back to. Let's get them.
Start to get sillier and sillier, or somewhat silly. Like the crime will be serious, but like elements of the case will be like weird and silly. Please give me one more chance.
I need one more question.
I'll ask you. But as Mr. Edgeworth noted, the trial is more than less finished. Mr. Edgeworth, do you have an opinion on this matter?
Are you going to object? Because I think that's
say,
the only way.
Let us give Mr. Phoenix Wright his last chance. Very well.
Why does the prosecution get to do that?
No, well, it's because the judge just asked him. Note, Edgeworth literally screwed himself here. Had Edgeworth just been like, no, I'm not fucking giving him another chance.
Well, I mean, it's all corrupt anyway. Why not?
Yeah, this particular case is just super corrupt. Look closely at this. See the word mayor written on it in blood?
I forgot to flip it over before.
I think not. Look at the other side of the receipt.
It's almost like something I should... Why are you confused by this, Edgeworth?
Tell the court what is written on the other side of the receipt. Well, a glass light stand. And the date of the purchase. Why, that's the day before the murder. You see, Mr. White? When you allegedly entered Fay and Company law offices at the beginning of September, Dan could not have been there.
This is a really big coincidence for us to have won on. That of all the things that she wrote, that White wrote the note on, it was the receipt that screwed him over in the end. Impossible?
Well, Your Honor, I understand there must be quite a bit of pressure on you. But I think you'll agree, you can't judge me guilty under these circumstances. Very well.
Well, why isn't Edgeworth objecting to this?
Trial of...
There, he's probably got something.
So Edgy Boy's gonna try something. Not so fast, Phoenix, right? What? No way, can you worm his way out of this one? Oh wait, I forgot, it's Edgeworth.
He fabricated the evidence.
There is a certain thread of logic to the defense.
Well, what the fuck is it?
However, there is no concrete proof that Phoenix Wright is innocent.
What?
So while his point is, while we've pointed the finger and found all this evidence to show White's lying, we have zero proof that White killed her, other than the fact that he's lying a shit ton in court, and we have no proof that we're innocent at the same time.
I guess he's technically right. I mean, we can't prove White did it.
Would you like to request one more day before Phoenix Wright is granted his freedom? I need more time to make an inquiry on the matter.
Well, you're allowed to do that. We have another 2 days.
This isn't going to be another one of those updated autopsy reports. This guy just makes up evidence as he pleases.
No, he just requests for new evidence, and then he gets it.
And we're going to object it. Mr. Wright's guilt is obvious. There is no need to prolong this trial any further. Well, Mr. Edgeworth.
Is it obvious?
If anybody's going to call Mr. Wright to trial, it would be me, the prosecution. I need a day of reassertion whether the new claims have any basis in fact.
To be fair, he's absolutely correct. If Mr. White is the murderer, he's the prosecution of that crime. Oh, wait, it's actually over?
The witness will say, Mia, Phoenix, read this note out loud. Mia, what's this?
She wrote our objection? I can see your boobs from over here, seriously.
Your Honor, if I may, you're quite persistent today, Mr. Wright.
You
bet I am.
Your art is so weird.
I have something I'd like to read the court.
Well, get the note, I guess. Wait, a list of people's names?
The moment Mio had given me was a list of names. Many of them sounded strangely familiar. People in finance, famous celebrities. That's when it happened. Stop, desist, halt. Please, stop, make him stop. How did you get that list? Mr. White, admit your guilt right here, right now, or else this list will be released to the press.
What's the list gonna prove?
I confess. I did it, I hit her. I hit Miss Mia with the thinker.
Seriously?
Also, it's literally coercion, which doesn't normally stand up in court. We literally threatened to go to the press with some random thing the court didn't understand, and we got him to confess based on that, which is literally just blackmail. Like, it doesn't prove that he murdered her.
Well, if he's gonna admit to it like an idiot, then that's his problem.
But my point is, it's the same thing. It's a forced confession. We literally forced the confession. It's literally the definition of a forced confession.
Okay, fair enough.
Now, given fictional wacko court as stated, so like doesn't matter because this court very clearly doesn't play by the same rules the United States court system does.
No, like this is a fucking free for all. It doesn't play by rules.
That's not what bothers me about this.
Is that it's trying to be realistic, but not at the same time?
No, because I don't think it's trying to be realistic. What bothered me is the fact that I didn't, as the player, I didn't get to solve this case. Mia showed up at the end and handed me the victory.
Oh, that's what you're talking about.
Which annoys me, right? Mia's ghost showed up, told me about the receipt, then gave me the list of names. What could have happened is Phoenix could have noticed the receipt, and Phoenix should have had the names because he found the names earlier in that list under suicide. Like, that was the names, was the list from the suicide.
Yeah, but Phoenix is also too dumb to do those things, so he needed someone else to push him to do it.
That was the argument that was made against me when I was really pissed off at this, because I felt like it took the power away from, like, story-wise, it makes sense. Personally, I felt like it took the power away from the player. Right? I feel like I didn't win. I felt like the game just won it for me.
I mean, yes, but yeah, but you're still handicapped by Phoenix Wright's own incompetence because you're controlling him.
Fair. Now, from here on out, the other trials that I did do when I played this game, Phoenix fucking solves them, and the game doesn't show up to hand me the victory.
Well, this whole possession thing is just kind of a dumb way to end the whole story, anyway.
At least this adventure.
I mean,
there's a lot to help me and Maya.
The first hallucination was fine, but yeah, the second one's pretty iffy.
I mean, it's not a hallucination. It like. The idea of why we were seeing, quote, her and not,
it's because they look exactly the same.
Well, it's because Maya's whole demeanor shifted so perfectly that it confused us, and for a second we thought it was actually Mia.
Did Maya also get taller?
Yeah, so in my opinion, Maya got taller, she has the beauty mark on her chin, and she got bigger boobs.
Yeah, it's somehow I shouldn't be able to possess her.
That long.
You possessed her this long, why don't you just keep going?
It comes up. They talk more about this possession and, like, how she managed to do it. It's the idea that, like, the great fear of losing a friend, you know, it's that, like, anime moment of, like, in the hour of greatest need, like, the power will get its, like, they'll find this inner strength kind of deal.
Well, it's not gonna be, it's not gonna be Spartacle, like particle bullshit power creep. It's just gonna be a thing that happens.
Right. No, it's gonna be a thing that happened because of the immense pressure of the situation.
And like, she's
in
able
the fear
to.
And the anxiety of the moment, Maya was able to pull through and
rather
do
than,
it. But now that the pressure's off, she won't be able to just do it anymore. So she'll be back to not being able to have ghosts.
Because rather than cracking under the insane pressure, she somehow used that pressure to gain ultimate power and solve the problem.
And whatnot. Power of friendship and whatnot.
Who else is in here now? Is it another ghost? Who is this person?
It's Maya.
Well, we didn't recognize her. She was throwing her voice.
No, my guess is because we were just talking to Mia, who was in her body, our brains were still on Mia.
Did you, like, she doesn't know she was possessed?
I mean, she doesn't know she's possessed, no, because, like...
And she's not gonna question the, like, hour that she lost in court?
See, Mia wrote me a letter. Take care of Phoenix for me.
Why would she write that?
She means the office, this office.
You're gonna run the office?
With the new Wright and Company law offices, right?
Mia left the company to us?
AFA, reporting for duty. Wait, no, on second thought, let's make this casual. Yo, Nick, Maya here, ready to get down to business.
Sure.
You don't mind me calling you Nick, do you?
No one really does.
He has said that that's what your friend Larry calls you.
Yeah, but no one calls me Nick.
Larry does, remember in the first case?
Yes, Larry does, but Larry's nobody.
What this means, we're partners. And thus is the story of how Phoenix Wright got his faithful assistant, Maya.
Do we seriously not have any other employees who are more able to take over the company besides Phoenix Wright? This wasn't a company of like 2 people, right?
It was a company of 2 lawyers, apparently.
What the fuck? Why did you call it May and Company then?
It was Maya's. Well, it was Faye and Company, so it was Maya Faye, or Mia Faye Company, right? And then now in real life, yeah. So like in the United States, when we see law offices like Mia and Company, it's typically like, well, in St. Cloud, Minnesota, they have Heller and Thyan.
Yeah, it's just whoever the partners are.
It's the 2 partners' names. In this one, for whatever reason, Phoenix Wright's name wasn't on it until after he inherited it. So now it's Wright and Company law office.
So we seriously inherited the business.
Just be Wright and Faye. Yeah, so we inherited the business. Even though it should be Wright and Faye. And before it should have been Faye and Wright.
Yeah, it should have been because there are no other freaking employees here. Why is he super surprised like that? Oh, I can't believe it. I'm gonna die of shock.
Because he's shocked because he now owns a goddamn lawyer business, I guess. I don't know.
Mia, don't you have anything better to do after you die than hang out with fucking Phoenix?
There's a great burger joint just down the street. Come on, time's a-wasting. Okay, wait up.
I think if I was a ghost, I'd be pretty annoyed if I had to fucking follow Phoenix Wright's dopey ass everywhere. Well, I guess that's gonna...
The ghost is gonna do ghost stuff. But wait, now we have to see the next time on.
Well, I guess that's a perfect way to end the episode.
I feel like we should always end with the murder for the next one. Pale moon in the sky cries for your blood.
Oh wait, the Steel Samurai killed someone?
This is a great theme, the Steel Samurai theme.
That's kind of Mega Man-y. The evil magistrate. Yeah, because it's all ancient Japanese and shit.
Warrior sword gleam and the strike is night. One has fallen, but who? Only the moon knows.
Wait, that's the murder we're solving?
Next week's exciting episode, the Dark Messages. I believe it's gonna... Now it's gonna cut to the murder.
Because I'm like, we're not solving a fictional murder, right? Of fictional characters.
Right, I thought it cuts to the murder right away, but apparently it doesn't.
Well, I guess we're gonna have to get there somehow.
Demon Hell Evil Magistrate. But yeah, so the next one, as you can see, is called Turnabout Samurai. So it's gonna be a murder involving the Steel Samurai.
Well, like I said, we did this on a Sunday, so thanks for joining us for the short stream. We didn't get into any topics this week, mostly because not much happened.
That in this game has lots to talk about and meme about while we play. As
yeah,
it's silly and fun.
It's gonna be one of those games where I don't think it's gonna have a lot of downtime.
Right.
But,
well, especially once we get to the cases where, like, I don't even know what's going on. Because then there'll be conjecture. They'll be like, you know, we'll be taking guesses as we go along on things, right?
Yeah, we're gonna have to actually come to some sort of decision rather than just me making all the decisions.
Right.
But, for next week, hopefully I'll be able to get this video done and up by the middle of next week. I have no idea if I'm gonna have internet available for next week, and to be honest, if I don't want to honestly do next week's on a Sunday, like do it short, because I think that part 4 is gonna be really important. So we might postpone it depending on what happens, if I can get a technician out quick or not. I kind of doubt it, but it kind of depends on how this shakes out.
If you do have internet Sunday, we could always continue the Ace Attorney on Sunday. Thus, they get something out the week.
Yeah, I guess we could do that. We could just record another.
We can discuss that during the week.
Yeah, so the schedule might get flipped around, and hey, this game's always available, so we could always record it.
Yep.
So yeah, thanks for joining me here for some more content. Throughout the week, I did compile a list of more games, so content's not going to be on my end. We're not going to be wanting for a while, because the problem with me is I've been racking my brain with things to find, because I don't want to do games that other people I watch LP, because I don't want to have to deal with the comparisons, I guess. Which is why I've kind of been trying to find things. But I have some things now, so yeah, we'll be doing, after the adventure games, we have stuff to do. So yeah.
Sounds good.
Check back.
Until next time.
When we're gonna point at so many things, it'll keep your head spinning.
Solve more murders.
All the murders, because Phoenix Wright does that.
Anime shit in the Power of Friendship and Kingdom Hearts. And solve murders in Kingdom Hearts.
We get the goofiness, and then we're gonna get super serious in Kingdom Hearts land. Because things are... Part 4 is gonna be important, because I'm pretty sure that's when things are gonna start happening.
Goofy's in Kingdom Hearts. Goofy's in Kingdom Hearts, come on now. So Kingdom Hearts is clearly also Goofy, because it has Goofy in it.
Well, I suppose. It's not all serious. Until next
All
time.
right. Sounds good.
Yeah, come here. Come here, OBS.